What's going on, everybody? I'm Wolfman, and you're tuning in to All Facts Podcast. We appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Be fair warned as you continue to listen that some of these facts we finna spit to you might be a little hard to swallow. Before we get into today's episode, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all hear my guys talk about how life been, man. How y'all been?
I ain't gonna lie. I got some cut last night.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Starting off strong out the gate. Big C, how you been, man?
I don't know.
I'm in pain. I started working out.
This is the second episode you done came with negativity.
I'm hurt.
You
I'm
always
hurt.
hurt.
No, I was working out. I'm trying to get back in the gym, and I'm sore.
Oh yeah. Tenfold. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm kind of sore too, hurting real bad.
My arms hurt to lift.
Philosopher Free, how you feeling, man?
About the same. Not because I worked out.
It's old man problems.
Yeah,
I feel you. Hey,
That
I
shit-
didn't
But I mean, have you still been moving?
Yeah, I'm almost
See
done.
what I'm
I
saying?
just actually low key just finished today.
Okay.
It was that washer and dryer that fucked me up.
Shit.
Oh, you was moving
Yeah.
stuff again today, dude?
Been moving stuff for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. You
would-
got a truck like a
If I
dolly
would've-
thing?
Yeah, it's the
Ah, God.
it was the truck. Man, all right. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Right.
Yeah, talk to us, man.
Talk to us. Man.
So, and it's gonna sound stupid because I have a lot of friends that really offered to help me. So I'm not gonna make it seem like I just ain't got nobody that could help me, right?
Yeah,
But,
all
like,
right.
yeah.
All
You're
right, talk
saying
to
you're
us.
the
super
way I
prideful.
move, bro, is just it's just I move in like dumbass ways. So first of all, like last night I was moving shit at like 2 a.m. because I don't know,
Just because.
I
Just
like
because.
quiet nighttime shit. So anyway, today we had some people come to clean the old house, and one of the dudes, he just looked strong. I was like, "Hey, bro, you help me put this on the truck real quick." So he helped me, getting on the truck. And my wife called me. She was like, "Hey, somebody out here cutting the grass." And I was like, "Oh, for real?" Because the new house, we ain't supposed to have no.
Yeah.
We're supposed to do that on our own or whatever. And I was like, "Hey, how much time you got left?" Because I was gonna just shoot over to the house and try to, be like, "Hey, bro, you mind just getting this off the truck with me?" So I sped over to my house. He was not there.
Damn.
I knocked on the neighbor door across the street. He didn't answer.
Damn.
But it looked like it was finna rain. I'm like, well, and I need my truck. I gotta go to work. So I was like, "Hey, babe, stand right there." Washer and dryer off the truck.
Bunny and Clyde.
And
Frigidaire.
the dryer ain't the problem. That washer, that shit.
That's the motherfucker.
Yeah, it'd be like that. Now I was talking about not like a truck. I'm talking about like a dolly. You ain't got a
Yeah,
dolly?
I got a dolly. That
okay.
It was. I'm telling you, bro. Like, you seen my truck? That shit
Yeah.
high.
You
Yeah,
said the
yeah.
way he
Damn,
moves,
man.
he don't
Yeah.
like. He just
You know
don't.
what's
He
so
refuses
crazy?
to use.
I
the
had
dolly.
I used the dolly. It was transporting it to and from the truck is straight. When I get it in the house, I'm cool. It's just
Fred just threw that
That's
shit on his
crazy.
back.
You know what's
like
crazy?
literally.
I heard you toe shit.
He already he did the whole. He already wearing the whole Shaggy fit. He did the Shaggy Ultra
Bruh.
Instinct, bro.
Bro, you do got the Shaggy fit on.
I ain't
bro.
gonna lie. I knew I looked like something when I put this shit on.
Bro, that man got the Shaggy
I
fit
couldn't
on.
put my finger on
He
it.
did the Shaggy Ultra Instincts and lifted both of them shits up, and it was like,
Yeah, that's
He
crazy.
the black Shaggy.
Going crazy. That
I
shit
didn't
crazy.
his
come
name
here
is
to get
Gold.
roasted.
hey, look. If you would have asked me and Warren to help you, though, we would have moved everything in one day.
Bruh, like for real though.
I ain't
That's
even
why I
gonna-
say it's like I feel like I don't feel stupid because I know just how I am.
Juan would
Bro,
have
that's how he got the name El Drizzy Sanchez.
Juan would have just kept complimenting himself.
Hold on, Big C. No, hold on, Big. No, I don't know. I don't think y'all understand. That's how he got the name El Drizzy Sanchez. Not to be like explicitly racist or nothing like that.
We're
But we
not-
was
we're not
moving,
West
man.
Side.
We was.
Don't fucking play.
I was moving, man, and I was mad as fuck, bro.
mad.
I had a closet that was maybe like it was maybe like the size of this little area. Like it was a huge
Yeah.
closet.
Walk-in.
Yeah, it was a big walk-in closet full of shit because my brother was staying with me.
Shit everywhere.
Shit, I'm talking about. I opened up the door and it was just stuff, and I was just like, "Oh my god, I don't know how I'm gonna do this." And I just sat down in defeat. I looked back up and that closet was empty. That man Dre worked some. I'm talking about that man did some sorcery, witchcraft. That man casted a spell. I don't know what he did.
That nigga won. He had got up and went like, but he wasn't gone like long. That's why he said like that. That nigga walked back in. That shit was. He said, "Man, nigga, where you put the shit at?" The shit was just gone. You know what I mean?
Plot twist: Dre sold all your shit.
That's how you got the name.
He had a yard sale. He said, "Hey, don't worry about it, bro. I got you."
I'm gonna see some random motherfucker with my old shit. That shit look familiar.
Man, bro, I would never, bro. We ain't even have time, bro. Like for real, because I think we was
man, how fast you got? We ain't have time then. You still did it. What you talking about? I don't know what you had.
Bro, we ain't have time to go sell no shit.
I don't know what you had time.
Like, you know, you just post all this shit on Facebook Marketplace. You come up, you have
bro, I wasn't doing that bullshit.
Juan come back, people lifting this shit like, oh, you found movers for us? Yeah.
Man, look, man. I think we went to the new apartment then that same night too, right? Yeah, like hell nah. Like when we was straight on. Like, bro, we had to just get rid of this shit. We were trying to get shit back and goddamn, we wasn't trying to get charged no bullshit. So hell nah, fuck that shit.
I used to work for 2 Men in the Truck. I don't know if I can say that. Oh no,
it's too late now.
I'm keeping it.
I'm keeping it. The copyrights too.
I know it is. I just don't know how it is with like companies and stuff like that. Anyway,
you don't work there no more.
True. All right, but I used to work for 2 Men in the Truck and nothing bad, but you know, you lift a lot of shit, you're moving a lot of stuff. One of the worst times, man, is we had to lift these washers and dryers, obviously their whole house, but lift these washers and dryers, these brand new ones, we had to take them up 3 stories where the place didn't have no elevator. Yeah, and then we had to take them down and then move them into another place that was also 3 stories. The bitch was like 104 degrees out that day. Shit. So,
you gotta pay me like.
Yeah, it was.
We need like.
You gotta pay me.
And that's everything.
More than triple pay.
He said I quit. I quit.
And that's not just washing. That's everything like the beds and dresses. I just said washing dry stuff we were talking about, but. Whew, that makes you want to leave quick.
That's why you got to be careful when you're dealing with like smart, lazy people, because we would have found a way to throw them bitches off.
Yeah.
Thirdly, like we like put some like stacks of mattresses.
We be trying to talk to the lady. We was like, listen, man.
One probably would have got some rope and goddamn just
lowered it down. Yeah.
They be like, listen, man. We got bubble wrap. I mean, how much do you really need this dress to have all 4 legs? I mean, let's be honest. Like 3 is just as good.
You ain't gonna move it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, y'all chill out, because we probably gonna have to hire a moving company to goddamn get all of this stuff out when we move. Y'all making me doubt. You feel what I'm saying? I had to beat them up.
Man.
Because I find some legs missing on my stuff. It's gonna be hands.
Nah, we scuff some shit up. We just carry a bunch of different crayons. We just color that bitch.
Hands thrown.
Nah, we didn't do that. I'm just making a joke.
Hands thrown.
You need to lock in, man. You made 2 Men in the Truck look so bad, man.
Nah, it was a joke.
He did just make 2 Men in the Truck look real bad
as hell.
Nah, hey, they're. Yeah, I was making that joke, but nah.
They call them muscle up movers from now on.
Because that's just common knowledge.
Is that a nationwide company or is that just in Alabama?
No, I don't know.
It's a lot of it's in. I know it's in Tennessee, it's in North Carolina, and I know it's in Alabama. So I don't know. Other than that, but that's where I've seen them. Other than that, I'd like to say that 2 Man Truck is a nice place to work for. That was usually just
no.
For real though, it's not bad. It is physical labor, but it's not bad.
Shit, all right, let's lock in, man.
Yeah, let's lock in, man. Let's get to it, man. BET Awards, man. I ain't even saying nothing.
You didn't have to.
The BET Awards, man. Like, look, a lot of people.
Some highlights.
A lot, yes, it's some highlights for y'all. The BET Awards has been tanking for a while, and you know Tyler Perry bought BET and he made it very black again.
West Side.
You know, it's part of it you can't be mad at. Other parts you can be mad at.
Don't ever tell a black man he can't find something to be mad about.
Yeah, they'll find a way to be mad about it. Yeah. What y'all? I'm gonna reserve my comments for last. What y'all got to say about it?
I feel like I always go first. You guys take it.
Boy, that pregnant pause was deafening.
It was though. I fuck with it, man. Shout out to Tyler Perry, man, for 100. You know, he let Cheeky come back. He took the band out some more people. Why Boosie couldn't go, or did Boosie just didn't want to go?
I thought he was there. He was there.
I'm saying like before, like the other time. Could he? Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
I don't know.
All right,
I don't know, but Boosie just be doing stuff, so ain't no telling.
I might be tripping sometimes.
Yeah,
but like,
I don't know what you're talking
I
about,
seen him turned there. You know, I seen everybody like they had Fashion Nova on. That's what I heard. That what the internet was talking about, you know.
Yeah.
And then I started looking at it. I'm like, damn. Well, I don't know exactly how Fashion Nova was supposed to look, but it looked like it all came from the same place a little bit.
Yeah, like everybody else's red carpets always look like phenomenal. Even when they be wearing weird shit, you should be like, well, that's the Met Gala or whatever the fuck. With the BET Awards, it's not nothing. The thing is, that's not new. It's always looked like they got their shit from City Trends or some shit like that.
I mean, okay, you know, West Side, the hood, you know. I mean, he let them out.
Yeah.
It was pretty smooth. Let me tell it. The what's that woman that messed up on that tribute? yeah, but I seen it.
hey, homegirl said she tried her best.
Yeah, she did. Me and that's how you know that you just so legendary. You can say that just out anywhere and just, you know, while you performing.
I seen a bunch of artists on Facebook talking about if Patti LaBelle can mess up, forget her lyrics on stage, I need just as much grace.
Yeah. Like you know what I'm saying? Like she got that, you know, from the people. So I mean, it's cool though, but she did. What else I seen? I seen that girl performing that song in front of that pastor. Yeah. I don't too much like the song, but hell, you gotta be heard. She said, I'm outside thugging with my rounds.
Oh, yeah.
That damn song, man. She was performing in front of the pastor. The pastor was just looking in disgust. Yep. It was like on the right side of her.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
And the black community got like some real conflicting shit going on. On the one hand, you got hyper religious black folks. On the other hand, you got hyper thugged out black folks.
You do.
It's called range.
It is range, but it's just like, is it though? Because I mean, like that's more than range. Like it seems like that shit is like right here, and they just two very strong conflicting ideologies. It's just like,
I don't think that's a black thing.
And then like
you might be right.
Goddamn JT in the fight with Lil Vert, you know what I'm saying? Uzi, man. I guess she ain't like the picture he took with Ice Spice, the Munch Queen, man, you know.
Yeah.
She was not fucking with that. Then I also seen that, like, I guess he performed an unreleased song at the BET Awards and he shouted out Ice Spice in the song too. So I don't know if he had performed the damn song and then went and took the damn picture and then she seen the shit, but she went ballistic though. Yeah. But then I mean he did just have the his little party and shit, so they back together. I mean they probably didn't ever depart any fucking way. She just wanna hand me that shit. And yeah, man, they like they back on their shit, you know.
Yeah. It was a lot of interesting stuff going on with that.
I fucks with it.
You folks with it? Did y'all? What you
especially the unbanning. Like, man, shout out to Tyler Perry, man. He just gave them people the keys and told them to lock up, man.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I haven't watched the BET Awards in a long time. This year was no different. But I did see the highlights. But
yeah, I hope it makes a strong comeback though, because it had started to fall off. Like people weren't watching it. I think the last one that I watched that I remember watching was maybe like in 2009, 8 or 9.
BET hasn't been the same since 106 in Park.
Yeah. Them facts.
AJ and Free 106 in Park too.
I mean, Terrence and Roxy were alright too.
After Terrence and Roxy, you weren't fucking with T?
He was a cornball.
Okay.
I mean, alright, but like that still made it fun because it was just like we got to pick at him for being a cornball.
Yeah. But after them, it was done.
Yeah.
Roxy was fine as fuck too. Damn.
Yeah. But yeah, that was probably about all of the highlights for the BET Awards, man. There really wasn't a lot going on with it. I just seen it trending real heavy. They were talking about.
Way to hit the nail on the head, Dre. Come all the points, man.
He did hit all the points. He did hit all the points. Damn. They found the rest of that Ocean Gate shit.
They been knew where it was.
Yeah, man. There was a lot of stuff that came, so a lot of extra stuff that came out about this. So I want y'all to tell me how y'all feel about this, because it goes back to the conspiracy shit. Apparently the Navy, they have stuff called hydrophones all across the different oceans and stuff like that. The Atlantic Ocean is no different. And a hydrophone essentially hears acoustic sounds in the water, right? And they use them for, espionage, intelligence, and stuff like that. Apparently they picked up something that was consistent with an explosion or something the day of the Navy like they saw it, right? And they pieced it together that day that it probably imploded, because apparently when the submersible got to a certain depth, not only did it lose primary communications, but like its secondary communication was off too. So it was just like, it was a lot of things, because it had several different fail-safe mechanisms in the event that something were to go wrong. And none of those things, it had 7, and none of those things saved it. So they were like, okay, if it's still around, it should have at least floated back to the top, because that's what all 7 of these things are designed to make sure happens, that it's going to float back to the top.
The controller buttons was stuck, so they couldn't.
You going crazy right now?
Yeah, bro, just lock in, bro. Like,
hey, we all play video games. We know what happened when that trigger button gets stuck.
Hey, bro, lock in, dude.
lock in, man. Come on, man. Like, come on, man.
Hey, you know how you got a controller that is broke, and it like every time you try to go somewhere, it's like send you something.
they had this stick drift. That's what it is. Stick drift. They were like, oh, fuck.
Oh man, that's a tragic thing. Logitech. But
you think it was a cordless or a wired one?
It was cordless, then a mug, and it had nipples on the
yeah, they weren't analog up on the analog. They weren't just regular round analog.
Yeah, nipples.
Them bitches had them nipple tubes rising up. Them bitches like 4 inches high.
See, this is the real facts we didn't know about. See, this is what
you ain't know that. I seen it, bro.
Yeah,
them bitches was so long you couldn't miss it.
Yeah, you couldn't miss it. Yeah,
couldn't miss it though.
Yeah,
but no, I said that last. That's what I said that last week about the thing. I said
he need extra control.
Yeah,
the Navy heard it. They knew about it. So then when they said that they were gonna, they asked the Navy, because the Navy, they had the capacity and ability to send over to go and grab the machine to search for it. They straight up were like, no, we're not doing it. They didn't give out the information that they was already dead, which I think is like you said, conspiracy. I don't know what the reason is, but why give people fake hope when they know that it was already, that they had pretty much knew it was pretty much a foregone conclusion that they were gone, and then you just happen to find pieces of the wreck and all this stuff afterwards, like right when they were like, oh, maybe they could still be alive, and then boom, right when they run out of air, oh, unfortunately we found pieces of it, the wreckage. I mean, just be honest with people. I mean, news coverage for 4 days versus like, it's kind of just disrespectful to the families and other people like that to just like drag that out because you didn't have anything to report on news wise.
I don't think that. Well,
that's the only. That's
people
the only
gonna think that I just don't like conspiracy theories. That's not it. So my thing is this: there was other stuff that could have been reported that would have made headline news. I genuinely do think that it did take them that long to actually find the debris. I could be being gullible. And I'm not here to argue whether or not that's true or not. What I am here to argue is this. I think that people have a very toxic relationship with the way that science works. I feel like everybody does. For example, people are more willing to trust in some woo-wah shit that has room for error versus when a scientist messes something up. It seems like if a scientist messes something up, for example, the vaccine, the COVID-19 vaccine, everybody has all of these weird, crazy conspiracies about
you mean 5G?
5G, all of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, people have all of these weird, crazy conspiracies about all of this other stuff. Like, everything science related that you could argue is on the cutting edge of society, we always criticize it. Back when light bulbs, not just light bulbs, but like light fixtures were becoming commonplace in society. So like the road lights and stuff like that, there was propaganda talking about how it was going to give everybody cancer. Like, you can go look these up, these old propaganda articles in the newspapers that were made that were basically like, it's going to be bad for us and this, that, and the third. And it's just like, every time there's something science related that's relatively on the cutting edge of something that people don't know, people criticize it like to death. And so I don't think people understand that without without concrete evidence, it's not safe to report some stuff. Because what if they were wrong? Right? And like some days later, they pull up a submarine with bodies in it. It's just like,
I get what you're saying, and I do agree because that would sound worse if they did it. I'm just saying, like, if the Navy knew or had an idea of that, they said that they had the Coast Guard looking. This was a massive like manhunt trying to figure all this stuff. You would think the Navy would have worked with them and been like, hey, we're not sure if this is what happened. We have these radar stuff that happened. Like, my question is, what took them 4 or 5 days after the fact to then go to them to be like, oh, by the way, we might have known about this earlier and stuff. I'm just saying, like,
no, I think that they already because James Cameron, y'all know who that is?
Yeah,
you know who that is? James Cameron. For those of you that don't know, he's also a part of the deep sea diving submersible community, and he has, I don't know if he has the record, but he made it to the bottom of Challenger Deep. That's the Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean. The Titanic is at like 13,000 feet. The Mariana Trench and Challenger Deep go all the way down to like 36,000. So basically, like, you think about cruising altitude. If you're on an airplane and you look down, that's about how deep the water is at that point in the ocean. He made it all the way down there. But he and some other people already theorized that that's what happened to it, that it imploded and stuff like that. And I feel like people were like, there was hush talk about it. I think that it just wasn't in like mainstream news. I don't feel like people were like purposefully keeping quiet about it though. I could be wrong. I feel like it just wasn't broadcasted on the news. Now, two things can also be true. That's one of the things that I want everybody to always understand. Two things can always be true. Could the news have also just used that and benefited off of it? Absolutely. Absolutely. I just don't think that it was all the way one way or the other. I think that's my point. That's my biggest point about it. But I also renege on my statement from last week. I'm wrong. I completely understand why people don't like millionaires and billionaires and shit. Because I think last week I said something like, oh, it's still a loss of life, and I was being all dramatic about it and shit like that.
So what made you renege on it?
It's just like people don't understand. Scratch that. That ain't what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that people just don't fuck with millionaires and billionaires. It's just like, it's okay not to like them motherfuckers. Because it's just like, I heard the argument that you spend $200,000 to fuck $1,000 to go on this trip when most people don't even make that in a year. And you ain't doing nothing to like help the rest of the world. You know what I'm saying? Not that you necessarily should oblige yourself to, but it's just like, you can't then turn around and also expect people to feel something for you when it's just like, dang, if I had that kind of money, I would not be spending it to die.
I mean, I don't think they were spending it thinking that they were gonna die, but
that's the way that people look. I'm just talking about the way that people looking at it.
Y'all seen Futurama?
Yeah.
That's an expensive ass suicide move.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I completely actually agree with that. I didn't even think about that part, like, cause you think of millionaires and other people, like you said, like they have no reason to help us out, and other people like that. But when you think of like super big tech moguls and things like that have billions of dollars, and people are like less fortunate, and then they're like, oh, they spend all their money doing that. It is, but then again,
two things can be true.
But then again, it is kind of like, think of like when a rapper dies or a certain artist dies, and people are like super sad or super upset, or an actor or something. It's like, well, that person's super famous and rich, but they weren't helping you out either. Why is that person?
That's different.
Yeah, you can't put like levels on love anyway. You gotta
but
stop.
not just.
I get that. Don't get me wrong.
Like, you can't get mad. What I'm trying to say, you can't get mad at a person on how much they're gonna love a different person anyway.
What I'm saying is that, like, I understand that for, say, rappers, like, they might have had albums or things that people put out that they might have a connection with.
Right.
So
that's what I was about to say.
There's that. So I completely get that.
Right.
And there might be a certain movie that really touches people, and they're really connected with those actors. Mm-hmm. And there's not, like, when you think of, like, billionaires and things, they haven't really done things, but no one thinks of it as like, man, I order a lot of shit from Amazon, so if Jeff Bezos goes away, I'm gonna be really upset because I love Amazon packages.
But I think
it's kind of the same thing, but it's different. There is a disconnect because it's like I said, when rappers and certain people other die, everyone's posting about it, super upset, super sad, but they're not helping the less fortunate. Some are doing the giving back to their community, things like that, obviously. And I feel like some billionaires and millionaires are too. We just don't know about it. I mean, whether that's because of their own, personal reasons, because, if you give back to certain charities, that's tax write-offs for them.
Right.
So, you don't know how much is actually genuine. But
right. Very little of it, probably.
I completely agree with your point about like how you saying like they can't. I just think that there's also a double standard slightly when it comes to the same thing, because you can have someone that you've also never met, famous actor, famous person, singer, whatever it is, and people are posting all over, and they'd be heartbroken if there was like, say Beyonce or someone in the thing. I mean, but, and she's a millionaire.
But like, I also think that it boils down to like millionaires and billionaires. Maybe like I don't want to put like a percentage of like how many of them are this way, but a lot of them are just unrelatable. Because I feel like people would be sad if Elon Musk died.
I don't think, but see, Beyonce's not relatable either. No one can.
What? Oh boy, shut the fuck up. We do not need him.
Stop,
hey, look, we love Beyonce. I swear to God, we do.
Stop
we
that.
Love
Come
Beyonce.
on, stop. I'm not trashing. You just heard one thing and didn't even listen to what I said. She's not relatable because we're never going to be as rich as her, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying we don't like Beyonce.
Finish a statement for them.
I'm not saying we don't like Beyonce. I'm just saying the same thing, millionaire. What?
For the beehives. The bees. You got to finish that statement. We're going to get fucking slaughtered.
Y'all don't let me finish. I'm trying to finish. What I'm saying is that I never said that, we don't like Beyonce. But I'm saying the same thing. You got to keep it facts over feelings. That's what it's supposed to be. It's not, you can't take your own personal things and now change it. Now it's an opinion, not a fact. But she's not relatable to us, just like how Elon Musk and them aren't relatable.
I don't think that's true.
And the reason I say that is because not because I don't think that you can say you relate to her music. You can say like, I like her music and stuff like that. But you're not waking up getting, chef cooking. You're not on movies and things like that. You're not living anywhere near her schedule. You're not dealing with personal bodyguards. You're not dealing with paparazzi. None of that is relatable. And I can go on and on to completely how her day, and I don't think that's a fair stretch to say that her day is completely different from your day. She's having like tons of itinerary things. That's what I mean when I say not relatable. Not in the sense of like, we don't like Beyonce.
What I'm saying, hold on. What I'm saying is, the only part that I disagree about is she still makes an effort to try to be, and there's still a connection between her and her fan base. There's a humanizing factor with celebrities because every minutia of their life is scrutinized anyway. So we get a magnifying glass into all of the little secret parts of their life. Whereas like these millionaires and billionaires, like you got to think about most people. Beyonce doesn't have factories that people are working in.
No.
Jeff Bezos does.
No.
And a lot of other like the owners of all of these other corporations and stuff. Like when people think about millionaires and billionaires, they think about the idea that I or someone that I knows goes to work in shitty conditions to get paid as little as legally possible to maintain a living.
Okay.
But that doesn't apply. Not only is there a positive correlation between Beyonce and her fans, but there's also a negative correlation between a lot of millionaires and billionaires and the rest of the general population.
Okay, true. So the small difference I would point out also is that you're as a musician or as anybody in that industry. So if you're a billionaire or millionaire and your industry is factories and stuff, you're not really, as long as you're putting out a product, yes, people are going to talk about how you're treating those employees, but there's no face-to-face. I think it's the exact same thing versus Beyonce's working in customer service and Jeff Bezos and the other people are working in factories type things. They're working in industrial. So in customer service, what do you have to do? You have to be nice to the customer, i.e. the fans. You're going on stage. Your whole base is basically like, hey, I'm putting out this product, my music or my show or whatever. I need to be approachable to my fans. And then I'm not saying this is her because I'm not gonna. I've never met her. I've never had any personal. But everyone knows, like they've seen the things where they hear like certain actors or other people that they met in real life, and they're like, oh, that person was actually like a really dick, like, because you hear about
Aaron DeGeneres.
yeah, but no, you hear about that stuff all the time, where they're like secretly, where people like they'll come out and they'll be like, no, I've worked for that person. That person's a really awful person. They just make it that way to seem, because they have to sell themselves. Like, no one's gonna come off as like an ass to you, and they have to be this nice, cheerful person. Sure. But then when the cameras and stuff are off, you're able to be like, oh, and I'm not saying that's how Beyonce is. I'm just saying there is. Oh, sure. I get the disconnect, and I agree with what you're saying. But the small difference is that in that term, you have to, it's the customer service aspect. You have to be open to your fans. So I do believe what you're saying, that like, so that makes her where she feels more comparable or compatible. But in the basis of what I'm saying is they're living lives on the same notion. Millionaires to millionaires. They are living lives to us that is never going to be obtainable, or almost never obtainable for the average person. So no way you can spin it that person you can have relatable. You can say I relate to her music and her feelings and things like that. But if you're talking about today, is like, oh man, today Beyonce woke up and she had her, you know, her maids dress her and all those stuff, and then she had her personal chef cook all her stuff, and then she, you know, had her personal driver in her Phantom $500,000 car to her venue shows and all this stuff. It's like, what did you do today? Oh, well, I woke up and made ramen noodles, because all that, you know, it's like that's what I'm saying. In the same aspect, when I say relatable,
no, I think
they're on an echelon,
but I think
that's not relatable.
I don't think it can weigh though, because even with her childhood leading up to her teenager and leading up to her when she got grown and she was in Destiny Child, it's just not a mountain. Her damn dad had her and her other sister swimming and fucking singing, and had them running miles singing the whole damn time. So I'm not just gonna say that like it was just given to her, and I'm not gonna say that she had a whole lot of money and she was a millionaire, billionaire, or nothing like that. When all that shit was corrupted in the 2000s and shit, and she was out popping, it was her and Sierra. When we was coming up. So I just ain't gonna say that she ain't just have the aspect of just even working for her, just like anybody else that's in the music industry just trying to come up. Or when she was doing the Destiny Child, because it was 4 people in Destiny Child, they made the decision to cut that 4 person out. Then it was 3, and then she made the decision to go. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna say like.
I don't think he's saying that it was given.
Yeah, I never said it wasn't.
But I get what you're saying. I don't think that he's saying that it was given. I understand, and I think everybody understands what you're saying. Yeah.
I also feel like we're maybe using the putting too much emphasis on Beyonce. When I use her, I'm using her as an example. That's why I'm put any millionaire in this.
But that's also why I'm moving. That's also why I'm trying to shift the goalpost a little bit to say that there are more ways that people identify with other rich people, versus I feel like most businessmen and most people like the people that unfortunately died in the Ocean Gate thing. It's harder to identify with those kind of business people.
I completely agree.
Because there's not as many avenues to you know, form that kind of connection.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I agree.
Yeah, that's the main, because of course most people ain't waking up the same way as these other folks, of course. Yeah. But you know. But that's also why I took back what I said, because it was just like I recognize that people not with people like that, you can't expect for people to like sympathize or empathize with that shit, like especially if there's not a redeeming quality for like a direct redeeming quality for the people. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, that's why I said Elon Musk, I feel like, has done a huge job with connecting with everybody else, being who he is, because he's one of those kinds of people. You know what I'm saying? He's always crashing rockets and stuff. But
I agree with that. From his hands in Twitter to him doing the whole thing with like Dogecoin and all that stuff. He is definitely more of a personal like millionaire stuff, to where I would say that I know way more about what he's thinking and how he gets off than like in terms of like his thought process, versus like Jeff Bezos and say like Mark Zuckerberg and those other guys. Yeah, because you never hear about.
Speaking of, didn't that fight get confirmed?
I don't want to say, but when I mentioned it did. They talked,
and it's gonna be a UFC fight, I think.
See, the reason I don't want to say it is confirmed or not, because you know people are really good at Photoshop. Yeah. So, but I did see
could be AI.
What's the dude?
Yeah, could be AI.
What's the dude off that run UFC? What's his name?
Dana White. Dana White.
Yeah, him. He said that if it does happen and how they talking about like could they really want to fight, it's gonna be a UFC fight.
I just want y'all to know that I want y'all to run me my money right now. When Mark Zuckerberg
What
wins,
we bet it again?
This nigga said,
y'all
hold
know.
Hold on. He said, run us his money.
Yeah.
What did we bet again?
Y'all bet.
No.
What was the bet?
Y'all said
Fred,
y'all
did
was
you
saying.
I think I'm. This man
y'all
said,
was
I
all
want you
betting.
to run me my money
Run me my money
right now when he wins. What you talking about?
Hey, listen to
You
what
don't
I
even know what
listen
you're
to what
talking
I listen to what I do, not what I say.
This man don't even know what time zone he is.
You right. Hey, that's my. Hey, I can humbly say that was a jumble of words.
This
But what I'm
man-
saying is y'all was tuned into the last episode.
What he say one?
Y'all was tuned in.
He
the
said,
last
I want y'all to run me my money right now when he wins.
Hey, that's how
understood what
confident.
you was trying to say.
That's how.
He living in the future and the present.
Yeah, boy, but you on
y'all
mission.
Y'all all
So
said
what was
Mark.
the bet?
Y'all all said
How much
Mark.
we supposed to run you?
We all going what y'all trying to bet.
I thought you said that we need to run you your money right
Yeah,
now.
I'm putting 100 on it.
On the
I
fight
said
thing.
think Mark gonna win.
No, you said everyone said Elon.
I
And
said
he
Elon,
said
yeah.
that
Yeah, I
he
said
said
Mark.
that you gonna
That's
mark
what I
on
That's
it.
what I
Yeah,
said.
that
That's
was
it.
just-
Everyone, yeah, everyone said
You don't know
Elon.
what time zone we
You
in.
need to turn
right
his
Everyone's-
headphones up.
Hey, the thing, the controls right there.
That'd be
Everyone
the
said
problem.
Elon. I said Mark. Yeah.
Now I know, cause you be disagreeing with stuff that is not.
That you agree with.
Yeah,
I didn't disagree. I literally agree
I
with
know.
you.
I know.
As soon as I heard what you
Go
said,
back
I
and
said,
watch
yeah.
the footage.
As soon as you said it, I was like, yeah.
Hey man. Hey man. Long story short, Elon Musk gonna whoop that ass.
No. I want my
On
100
me.
from all y'all.
On me. My man's
Folks.
a 6'1". My man Elon Musk is 6'1", built like
All I'm
a
saying,
bubble caprice.
all I'm saying
And
is,
this man, that man,
Mark
Elon,
Zuckerberg
He running up
looked
like
like
this.
he looked like he caught somebody and he hired people to get away with it.
and he from South Africa and he used to get bullied.
That's even more reason for him. That's he probably work out and stuff. It's crazy. Come on now. I'm talking about
They gonna
Mark.
be-
I'm talking about Mark, not Elon. They probably both got bullied.
Mark
but
is not from South Africa.
I'm talking about Mark specifically in terms of the bullying.
Mark,
My
in
headphones are
terms
up. I
of the
know what you
bullying. In
said.
terms of the bullying.
Oh yeah, they presumably found remains in the Ocean Gate thing, that's just horrible.
They found some remains now.
Supposedly they found some remains.
Damn.
Probably like some entrails.
Bro, that's
Entrails.
They ain't find no remains. That stuff.
I don't know. That
If
means
it imploded
Hey, look. So
and it went all the way,
so
the
let me
fishes
ask
got
this,
it
though.
already.
So let me.
That's
So
probably some
4
out
remains.
of all
Probably-
of this,
probably
out of all
little.
of this production and stuff that been going on, have any of us seen have y'all seen like any kind of video, picture them outside the submarine, then they get in that bitch, any kind of video, anything, and did anybody see anybody bolt down any fucking thing?
Yeah, I think. Well, I
You
don't know if
seen
it
it?
was them.
Have
I
you
don't know if
seen
it
it?
was them, but I've seen video footage of them bolting it. Yeah.
Bolting. Okay, cool. Damn. But did you see them outside and go in?
Nah. I ain't
Damn,
seen
that's crazy still too. Cause I mean, usually though, even still, even how Buddy was like, he had them interviews and shit leading up to this.
They only
I wasn't like just following the trail, but hell, when the trail presented itself, it was just there. But I just don't know the timeline exactly. But I mean, hell, he had to do the interview. He had to get these people to sign the waivers and pay this money. So I think
and then those interviews were old. I'm pretty sure though. I don't think that was.
But nah, I don't think it couldn't have been too old.
The one he was showing them with the controller and the guy saying "Sign me up." I think those were older.
Yeah, I think
For real, even the one that they said when he just put it together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That is
was a little
crazy.
wild.
All right, so what the fuck? Well then,
The only video I saw of the thing, the only video I saw of the thing, that particular one was them dropping the little submarine.
Yeah, I seen the drop.
But that's it. That's all they had was they dropping it in the water.
But what you would think though, even the footage that they got us showing us that they drop it in the water, why they ain't showing us them getting in or anything like?
I think the folks looking too deep into that because you got to think.
I'm just
Hold on,
asking,
because you got too many different people in that community that seem to be genuinely concerned. It's almost like. Think about how many people outside of the music community of Huntsville know all of the musicians in Huntsville, right? It's like if something happened to one of them, everyone in the musician community is going to be like, dang. And it wouldn't you got to think that CIA documents got leaked about some very important stuff that was going on internationally. You really think some untrained, regular common folks and their family members would keep quiet about some grand scheme for them to fake their own death or some shit like that, or for them not to go through with it. I don't trust people that much.
No.
I don't feel like people are trained well enough.
I don't think that's it either, but I think it is weird that there's no video of it at all, because it's like with so much things in terms of like, again,
they got their warm, boy. Go ahead, Mixie.
That
nigga warm, boy. that nigga be so fucking crazy. That my nigga, boy.
What
That's
I do?
my nigga.
What I do?
That nigga like, man, fuck that shit. That's all that nigga said in his head, boy. Fuck that shit. I ain't hearing this bullshit. I don't care. They do got it. But no,
That's not what I said.
Big C, keep on talking, because I'm with you on this, because there's no way. Like, I'm like, damn, if y'all got them showing video of them dropping that bitch, man, if they be in there, they had to have a video. Something. It has to be. Think about that. They're
not
No
famous
more-
celebrities,
no
bro. They
more
just
going-
regular folks. These are regular.
to the Titanic.
Void of their wealth. They just people, dude. They was going on and all of the footage.
This is their celebrity trip.
all of the footage they probably got
Damn.
died with them.
I'm sorry, y'all.
What you talking about? What I'm saying, like that shit. They probably had the phones and shit with them. They was probably down there taking pictures, and that shit probably just got fucked up.
Imposed.
Yeah, did you think they was just gonna go on Facebook Live? Go Instagram from the ocean.
Hey,
y'all going too
we coming.
crazy.
Hey, we coming live from Ocean Gate, Shawty. We in here, feel me? We down here in the deep blue. You feel me? 13K. Crack.
Yeah.
Crack.
I'm not gonna laugh at that.
Hey, that's what y'all want though. No, bro.
Big C,
when I said,
don't laugh at that, man.
When I said,
look, now I'm tripping. Now I'm tripping.
Big C, don't laugh, man. These niggas tripping around.
When I said pictures, I meant in the terms of like, there's street cams, there's traffic lights, things like that. So obviously, I don't know where it was taking place at. But if you ever, when something crazy happens, we're like, oh, neighbor got shot. They find a way to find a street cam to hook up, to look on it from a side third angle view or a robbery, something like that. So that's kind of just what I meant. Is like, I'm surprised, since it's got to be outside, it's got to be on a porch somewhere. I'm surprised there wasn't any like footage from the and maybe
she was in the middle of the ocean.
It's not an investigation though.
No,
Yeah, that's what I was finna say. It's still under. It is. Yeah, it's under
I
investigation.
mean, but I'm saying like they're not investigating whether or not they got on the boat.
No,
What
Like,
they-
I mean,
what
the
they
submersible.
investigating?
But no, that's what I'm
true.
saying. They're starting to look into some criminal charges to the company now. So we might come up with some, you know what I'm saying, some
Because
video.
it wasn't clear, huh?
I don't think those.
No.
I don't think those pictures would matter in the terms of the investigation. So I get what Fred's saying. It's not gonna be relevant to the situation. But I'm just saying, it's like there is always like some cameras, like Big Brother's always watching. I mean, you can't say anything without it popping up on your damn phone. So it's just like,
And to be fair, usually that type of footage comes out way after the fact.
yeah,
Like
Yeah, we got like 5 years. We'll find out.
yeah.
Let's go ahead and talk about this real fast. I want everybody to learn a very firm lesson from what I'm about to say. If you hit somebody mama in the face and you die, we not gonna miss you.
Nope. I ain't going for it.
We not making no GoFundMes. We ain't none of that. Nah, stop hitting folks, mamas in the face.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We had to do a report for this. Like,
No, we ain't gonna stay too long here. Just give you.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Do you know the story? Okay, so a Chicago man hit a woman at a hot dog stand. Multiple times.
Taco stand.
It was taco. I thought it said
it
hot
was a
dog.
hot dog
It was
stand.
hot dogs.
It was a stand of some sort.
It was
It was fast food.
And man, I mean, we can play the shit.
I thought somebody made a post and said, somebody made a funny ass post and said some shit like, I know it's hot out here, but these tacos are too good. That's why I said it was like a taco joint.
They could have been selling both.
They got everything. Them prices good as hell too, to be honest.
So I'm assuming that maybe jumping the gun, but I'm assuming guy got upset for some reason, hit the lady. Dude found out dude hit his mom and then shot the other.
No, it was her 14-year-old son was with her,
Uh-huh.
and he pulled the strap out and went patoom, patoom, patoom.
Oh,
Bro,
he
yeah.
just had a gun on him.
It was her gun.
He had her gun on him.
Hey man,
She had her gun.
Hey man, I'm happy.
And she was licensed to carry it.
And I'm happy that he did have it though. Excuse me. Not gonna lie. See, this the thing. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Being on some real ass shit. This is me.
I didn't even see it where
I
heard
was-
the
I
shot.
No,
wanna
you
say-
didn't. It doesn't show.
I
the shot.
wanna-
It doesn't show.
To
the
be
action.
honest, if you feel like, cause everybody gonna make choices, everybody grown in this bitch. If you feel like you can talk to my mama this way, go right ahead. I wouldn't make a move. Like somebody asked me, I wouldn't say nothing. I'm gonna just let you make that fucking choice. And you sit back and hit my mama. Now that second lick, oh nah, he's laid the fuck down before that second lick even get there. I'm gonna always let anybody make the choice. Cause you might stop and you might no, but you hit mine. I'm putting the whole clip in you and don't give a fuck. Whole clip. The whole clip.
I don't know if it's the whole clip, but he took care of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nah. He shot. I heard that he shot him. Then like I don't know if he shot him again, but buddies tried to walk away. That's why they ended up.
Yeah, they tried to get.
That's
him
why.
murder.
Yeah, that's why they took him to jail instead. Because buddy was trying to get away, and Cub went out there. Shit, laid his ass down.
Yeah.
But this another thing though. You can't shoot somebody and let them go anyway. Sad to say. Like you
Oh.
can't. you can't.
Well,
Ain't no will in this shit.
I
I
know
want you to know that.
I know what you're saying but in this situation, it's wrong. Like it wouldn't have mattered. So what I'm assuming you're getting to where they say the same law. They say like if you shoot someone, make sure they're dead because dead witnesses don't
Nah, if they don't,
Make sure they
say for
dead
this.
because
Say for
come back and
niggas are
shoot
coming
back.
back. Like no, I know if a nigga shoot me and I survive, oh bitch, I'm about to bury you, bitch.
Okay.
I'm burying your
Okay,
ass.
yeah,
That's just on
I get
me.
that.
Like,
I was just-
Hold
I was just-
on. Quote, bitch, I'm about to bury you,
bitch.
Oh, we got to
Like-
pin that quote.
Hey, yo.
We got to pin that quote, bro.
Hey, that's
Right,
the second
I
coming of
can't
Shakespeare right there.
like I ain't even.
So
like,
Quote,
like, we
quote
gonna
the
have,
Raven
we
Evermore.
gonna have your
face ass.
funeral for you, bro. Like I'm not even going for it. Like no.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Hold on, stop. So if I have them same intentions and I know if I would do some shit like that and I get shot and I'll stay alive, it's no fucking way I would shoot somebody and let you, man. It's just no fucking way.
So
It's just no way. I'm gonna put the whole clip in you because you're not getting up.
so
And if I think you're strong enough, get what I'm gonna do. Grab the other clip, put that bitch in, and put a whole nother.
So-
like I'm not gonna, bro. You're not getting up. You're done.
All right,
Like-
I'm gonna play devil's advocate, so I'm probably gonna make some people mad. But
All of us.
that's fine.
Hold that down, bro.
Someone's
Don't
got-
tell nobody.
Someone's gotta have a different take.
Sneaky.
Go ahead.
Because I agree with you, but at the same point, we gotta look at everything has a cause and effect. You have an outcome. Every decision you make has a consequence, whether
Yeah.
that's good or bad. So, do you think the mom in this situation would have rather her son maybe just hit the guy and get him off? Let me finish. Let me finish. Y'all never let me talk. Damn.
we know where you going.
Let
I'm
me
sorry.
let me finish.
Yes, sir.
Damn. Would you rather think? And I'm asking all the moms out there because you're not a mom, so you can't speak for the moms. But I know the exact same how a lot of them think. As a mom, yes, you want your son or someone to lay a nigga out or mess with him, but I can guarantee you that this dude, the boy who did it, is going to jail for manslaughter. He's going to jail for murder.
They
both out.
Yeah, they acquitted him of all charges.
Both out. You
Both
know why?
out?
You know why? Don't go around hitting nobody fucking mama. If somebody hit your mama, get what your mama gonna tell you. And your mama tell you to shoot this man, get what you gonna do. Before they even have him.
So this was in New York, right?
No. This was in Chicago. This was in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
They were
Yeah.
Let me give you the rest of the context. They did they were both arrested. I can't remember exactly what the charges were. I think one of them was like on her for like helping assisting in the delinquency of a minor or something like that.
Mhm.
And there's some other charges that mean that you killed somebody.
I still want to make my point, even though this situation didn't go that way, but 90% of the time it would. So you have a minor who is using a firearm that's not registered to them, that they're not supposed to be using. I don't know if Chicago's a stand your ground state,
I don't either.
or I guess Illinois is not Chicago. I don't know if Illinois is a stand your ground state, so there's that aspect into it. Right there's so many charges. Then you shoot a guy, anything above the waist, that's attempted murder. Even if it was in self-defense, they could use it as there's a difference between for self-defense and what they consider excessive. So like if you shoot someone and you kill them, that's fine. But then if you shoot someone and you got the whole clip in them, you could find yourself in jail for 20, 30 years just because you used, and Juan will tell you, he knows what I'll tell you, just because you were angry in that moment and let the whole clip out. So that's the only thing I'm saying in terms of I might make some people mad, because I don't disagree with the dude for putting the dude down for respecting them all. I'm just saying in that instant, cooler heads will prevail. So do you do something that ruin? And I'm glad he's out. I'm glad that, you know, they in this situation it went in favor. But we all know black people in America, they don't get favored the same way. We could look at millions of cases to where like, oh, you hold the same thing where like a white guy was accused of raping a certain colleague and the black dude, and one gets off free and the other one gets 30 years to life. So in that situation, it's not a hot take to say that we get judged hardly in the penal system in terms of that. So I'm saying if you shoot someone in that moment, now he goes to jail for minimum, say, life or whatever. It's obviously that didn't happen. But now the mom's thinking, now, is it her fault? Is her baby's in jail? Or and all this other stuff just because she let him do that in that aspect. Mm-hmm. So that's what I was referring to in this terms of like, because you got to think of the mom's got to deal with all that stuff, because now she feels like she put her son away because she feel like he, even though in that moment, like you laid him out. But I'm saying the same, you know, situation could have had if you like, you know, jumped him or hit him, or a bunch of people jumped in and you like, you know, beat him that way. Or if you just shot him once somewhere and like laid it down. I'm just saying there is an excessiveness to it to where it
could have been.
Yes. And I'm saying it's like at one line it's okay, and then there's a certain line you crossed it where it's like you could have you just messed up. Like I said with the whole bullet thing. It's like I've seen so many cases where someone was defending themselves and they would have been like, oh, if you just shot him once or twice right here, you would have got off of it. But then you shot him like 17 more times. Or there would be a lot of them is stab victims too, where they'll be like, I cut someone for always stab people. Or it's like I cut him to defend myself and he lacerated. It's like, okay, then why does he have 38 puncture wounds? Yeah. So that's all I'm saying is like in that moment, yes, do what you gotta do to save, but at the same time, that there's a split decision to where it's like you walking free and in jail for life. And you can don't get me, I love my fucking mama. I'd kill for my mom, the same thing. But I'm also try to be smart about it and stuff. Yeah. Like,
and he was also 14, bro. I think that played a big part. I don't know how the court systems would treat that with the like the excessive.
It's weird from judge to judge, because sometimes they could, if they want to, they could just view you as an adult. They could try you as an adult if they think it's bad enough.
I was just going to say that he was 14, so it was like that's a grown man. So
they if they want to, like
I'm saying the man that was attacking his mom was a grown man. No. So as a 14-year-old, what was he supposed to do? You want him to go fight?
And then nobody else.
No.
The man just tried to stop it. They ain't try to hop in or nothing. When nobody gonna save her, what if that man would have never stopped? That's another thing. But I ain't going against what you're saying. I understand what you're saying about my assessment about the shots. It's just a cold ass game because I still won't change my direction. I'm gonna put all clips in you. I'm gonna put the whole clip. Like I said, it's just bad, man.
I agree with what y'all saying. I'm just saying in this instant, I'm playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, no. The video appears he was embarrassed that he didn't knock her out off the first hit, so he was really attempting to knock her out.
Yeah. Oh no, like I said, I would have.
And then on top of that, and I don't really like this angle, but there were people saying that if the dude had a better girlfriend, because his girlfriend was egging it on and laughing as this was all taking place. I don't like that angle because a better woman didn't deserve to be with him. I mean, the woman that was with him is who deserved to be in that situation. Don't put no better person in that situation. The better person is off somewhere not in that situation.
She was laughing because she get hit too. Because ain't no way you hit a woman like that in front of your girl.
I never really
that's wild.
Yeah. Like,
if you wanted to play devil's advocate though, like you could ask like what happened to cause him to be that mad. Because the camera starts with him saying, "Lady, just get your food." Yeah, and we know. You know,
I still don't think there's a reason to like play.
No. I ain't like.
I'm not saying there is. I'm just saying like.
But I see what you're saying. If you really want,
he drew back for real.
Yeah. Also the same. Yeah.
Long story short, if there's a lesson to be learned, is don't hit nobody in the face,
Or you gonna be stinking.
or you gonna be stinking.
Don't just hit. Keep
Because
your hands,
that man,
or just keep your hands.
keep your
to yourself.
hands to your motherfucking self. And the thing is, it's not that deep because you dying being stupid, bro. Like that's my biggest thing.
They
Like,
put that nigga on the shirt quick, man.
like don't die being stupid, bro. Like, quit all of that, man. It ain't that deep. Whatever was going on wasn't worth him hitting her in the face or him dying because of it. Or now this little 14-year-old boy, how he got street cred.
You know what's crazy? I feel like the only reason he also got away with that is because it's Chicago too. I feel like that's such a bad thing, but there's so much shootings going on in Chicago that they probably looked at it and the cops were like, "Oh, defensive mom, yeah, we got too much shit to deal with."
Yeah.
But if it was a more quieter town, like that's like because I feel like that also plays a role. Because if it was a more quieter town where basically they don't have anything to happen, they're gonna eat that up.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're gonna be like, nothing ever happens over here. We gonna take this. But
As far as it can go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an unfortunate situation, but if you die from hitting somebody's mama in the face, like I said to begin with, we not gonna feel sorry for you. Ain't nobody gonna miss you.
Tell me something. Putting that shit on his grandma.
Yeah,
He
bro.
gonna do that, and now he going to go see his grandma.
that's crazy.
Hope don't nobody ever have to talk about me like that.
You keep your hands to yourself. Don't hit no one's
That's
mama,
why I'm
you be
saying
like-
that's why I keep my and me especially, because I be in the gym and I know every time I do a rep, that's just another reason for somebody to put a bullet in me.
Hey,
Every rep is a reason.
he said every
Hey.
rep.
Every rep is another reason.
That's
Every
wild,
time.
but that's
Hey,
true.
Fred, he preaching right now.
That's
for
wild.
real.
That's true though.
And that's why
People don't-
that's why I keep that
People
thing
don't
on
fight
me.
no. That's why I said when I was at the gym when the dude was trying to
pick
argue about fighting the other dude and he was talking about going to the bathroom. I said, man, everyone. I said, I ain't no bitch, but I'll back down quick because they never know. People got very
Somebody's
very
about to fight you.
No, not me. No,
I'm talking
someone.
At the gym.
No, he's saying in general, like the bigger you get, the more intimidating you look.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna use a gun faster
Yeah.
than trying
I
to
know that
fight
part,
you.
but I'm talking about the part where y'all at the gym and
No, I was talking about just
There was
me.
two
Yeah.
other guys.
Yeah.
There was two other guys.
okay.
Yeah, there was a dude arguing with someone else basketball. He was trying to
6 in
fight
the
him,
morning.
but it's like people's I've seen too many
Egos.
Facebook videos and people's egos and fragiles is too much. Where you've seen people, and I'm sure y'all have seen hundreds of them, where people are boxing and then someone lose and get knocked out, and then it look like it over, and then the other dude come back with the gun and he
Yeah.
shoots the other dude dead. And I've
Yeah.
seen tons and tons of videos. So it's
Yeah.
like it ain't worth it because
Yeah.
what for a few seconds of victory to be like, yeah, I beat his ass. I just tell them, it's like, if anyone try to fight, I'm like, nah, you got it, man. It's not even worth
Yeah,
it.
it ain't
bro.
even on no bitch
It's
shit.
not
you
even-
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's simply like it's and I think what you've been playing devil's advocate for, and maybe we all more closely aligned with anyway, is just the preservation of life. It's just like, nah, I would, because
Oh
I
no,
would
fuck
much
that
rather-
dude. I was talking about my own life.
yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why we have the stance that we have, because it's just like the preservation of life.
Don't hit
bro.
no one mama.
I ain't trying to be stinking, bro. I ain't trying to be stinking.
I was
bro.
just like I said, I was just only
not
referring-
before my time, especially not over no
Yeah.
dumb shit.
Yeah, I was only referencing times of like,
Bro, you
The
ain't
kid
never
gets
gonna
small
get a
with it.
chance to smash old lady again, bro.
Bro, he made that.
too.
Bro, he made
And
that
somebody
choice.
else finna do it. She probably already let. What you man? That shit crazy, son. That's just crazy, bro. Any broad that's laughing while you hitting another woman probably already on her way to another dick appointment.
nah, Fred was right when he said it. He said she's laughing because she the one not getting hit this time. Like you said, if you have enough like wherewithal to not only put your hands on a woman but do it in front of your woman, you don't respect her. She don't respect you. There's some weird dynamic
Yeah.
or dichotomy going on in that
Yeah.
relationship. That's just toxic.
Yeah. Speaking of toxic shit, young YNW Melly, that trial ain't looking too good for my boy. He they had some type of specialist to come in and cross examine. Bro, these motherfuckers are crazy, bro. If you're trying to commit a crime, bro, don't.
Rappers just
Don't.
need to stop.
What they doing?
Don't, bro. These motherfuckers came in and they were able to determine that so essentially, for people that don't know the case, back in 2017, 18, something like that, YNW Melly, who was a rapper, was leaving the studio around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. They've got video evidence of him getting into the vehicle with 4 other of his cohorts.
So you're saying they got video of it?
They
From a
got video
street-
film
from a street cam and
from
stuff
a
like
street
that.
camera. They
Why-
got
what
a
I
video.
just, I just said
but
what
that
I
also
just-
came out. That also came out years later.
When I say there's always a street cam, they getting this off of.
But no, it was the camera from the studio.
it's always there's always some camera
because
somewhere, man.
because there's no video evidence of like the stuff that happened after.
Yeah, but he snitched on himself. You can't. Rappers gotta stop rapping about.
He didn't. So you talking about the song?
Yeah.
No. That song came out before this happened. So yeah, that song came out before this happened.
So then all that means is now it's premeditated.
Well, maybe, but
that's exactly what that means.
But not. But so hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Right.
The reason why they don't use the song lyrics and somebody made a strong case against this in court is because you wouldn't pull Al Pacino to the side if he committed a crime and be like, "Yeah, we saw you in The Godfather." So like when you were doing all of this other stuff. You feel what I'm saying?
That's
like
different though.
No, it ain't.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you why. Because
if it was different, they wouldn't have got away with it in court.
They got away with it in court because one's a movie and one's actual them giving. All right, well, how do you think? What's his name?
There's always the chance that the song lyrics were embellished. That's the reason why they can't use it as evidence.
I'm saying there's always truth behind it. So
there's always truth behind movies too.
What's his name? Bobby Shmurda, when he went to thing, the whole song, he was indicted off of that whole song.
Right.
But look though, this ain't that though this time. I mean,
what I'm saying, it's the same thing.
Hold on. Before you get into, let me finish breaking down exactly what happened to the people. So apparently they left the studio that night between 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. Or about 2 hours later, the dude sitting in the front seat pulled up to a hospital, and YNW Melly was supposedly getting it when on the video he got in behind the driver. So you got the driver, and behind him you got YNW Melly. The other two dudes, when they pulled up to the hospital, were dead. Melly wasn't in the car. The word was that they were victims of a drive-by because Dre asked, what did the forensic specialist and stuff do? They were able to determine that the drive-by was most likely staged because when bullets are shot at a moving target, a lot of times they start tumbling head over feet, and they leave what's called keyholes. So it's not like a circular bullet hole, it's elongated because a lot of times the bullets will go in sideways or from an angle. All of the bullet holes, except for like maybe one, was a straight pinhole, which meant that it was shot head on. And they were kind of in a circle, which didn't make sense. So if you were doing a drive-by, you would suspect that you would have multiple bullet holes that would be at a weird angle. They were able to determine they had these little sticks and they just stuck them inside of the holes and it was just showing which way the bullets were going in, and all them motherfuckers were straight. And the bullets that were in the bodies, some of them they were able to determine were shot after the two men had already been deceased because there was a lack of blood around the bullet entry wound. Which means, like, if they were alive, the heart would have been pumping blood out around the entry wound. And then the blood splatter was just consistent with the dude who was sitting in the passenger seat getting shot in the back of the head, and the dude that was sitting right here getting shot kind of straight on in the face. Yeah,
forensics, man, they're good at what they do.
Yeah, they're good at what they do. So if you're thinking about committing a crime, boy, don't. It ain't looking too good. I'm not saying that he did it. I'm just saying that it's just not looking
crazy. Man.
It's just crazy. And then there's a lack of blood splatter where YNW Melly was sitting. So it's just like.
So I just want to get back to the point I was making about the song. So yes, they do embellish. Yes, they do have that. But there is literally multiple cases of rappers that have been accounted on their song lyrics and stuff because it's really easy to hear what someone says and then be like for instance, we all know Snoop Dogg smokes weed, right? Is this not obvious knowledge to us? Yeah. We know he smokes weed in his videos. Mm-hmm. So he's always there. But if you don't have it at that time, yes, you cannot go and arrest that person because it's not on their person. There are small things like that are loopholes. However, if you give specific knowledge about something in a certain case or whatever, and then they go back and they're like, oh, let me check that. And then it starts leading to other shit, then yes, they can totally use song lyrics. Same thing they did with Bobby Shmurda, as he literally listed out all the crime stuff he was doing and then literally listed the people in it. Like every single name he's talking about in that, they went and interviewed them. They pulled them in. I mean, it's so convoluted and it happens so much. So it's like, yes, they can't use that as fact. It's the same reason you can't use a lie detector test on a polygraph thing as fact in court, but they can still use it for certain information. So it is like, it's not 100%, but they can use it to get other pieces. That's what I'm saying.
What I'm talking about is why they didn't use it in this scenario and another scenario.
They probably, like you said, I don't know if he did or not. I'm not.
No.
saying
What I'm saying is the reason why they can't and didn't use the song lyrics in this particular instance and the previous instance that I was reading about was because of what I stated earlier, which was the thing was brought up about you wouldn't bring in all of these other people who do all of these other things and charge them for whatever.
The song lyrics.
I'm telling you what they did.
I know.
Bro.
I'm saying the song lyrics isn't what's gonna pin it on him. There was just enough to where they can detain him and then look into the case. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to get.
Are you saying that's what could happen?
Yes, and that's
okay.
okay. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Could happen.
But that's already what happened. That's why he got taken in. That's what I'm saying. They use all that stuff. I
don't think that's why he got taken. I don't think that's why Melly got taken because the song came out before that happened.
Yeah, but then they looked at it and stuff. They were like, and it's because it happened.
Do we know for a fact that they looked at the song lyrics and that's why he got taken in?
We don't know that for a fact.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. We don't know.
I'd have to read.
That's all. That's all.
I'd have to recheck that.
Like,
yeah, so fucking funny.
What I was just saying, like we don't know this why that happened for a fact. But I think oh yeah, and I said
free
this before.
Melly, man.
I said, man, hell no, I can't even be with you on that.
He said, hell
free Melly, man.
I can't even. I mean,
I'm just like saying, if you come pick me up from the studio.
But why though?
Look, Warren, if you come pick me up from the studio, look, Pete play. First off, before I finish my story, was Melly with them when they got to the hospital too?
No.
All right, what if you dropped me off at home? What the fuck? What if you dropped me off somewhere down the line? What you say, 2 hours later? Somewhere down the line.
They would have had.
What if?
They could have looked up camera things and
what if they ain't had no cameras? Ain't they in Florida?
Florida got camera.
All I'm saying,
everywhere.
All I'm saying is this.
You could figure that stuff out.
I would be with you if his caricature was different. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I think that he's talented.
Somebody like that.
Man, shit.
It's the same. It's the same way you judge him enough to say free him though.
You feel me? Like it's just like
come on, nigga, innocent
until proven guilty.
Yep.
But once again, it's just like and maybe I'm wrong for having this stance, but it's just like if his caricature was different, maybe that would be more of a way for me to doubt the situation from just not a legal standpoint, just socially. You feel what I'm saying? But it's just like, I feel like when you present yourself a certain way and you wind up in a certain predicament, it's hard to get the masses on board with you and the jury on board with you and say that, nah, he didn't do that. I mean, granted, all they have to do is convince the jury that, convince them beyond a reasonable doubt. So if there's any reasonable doubt, there's no conviction.
Do you think people blindly support other famous black people just because they're black?
Absolutely.
Damn right they do. I know some people that do that shit. The fuck?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm with this. I'm with some of that shit too. I'm like, who? Is he black?
I mean,
I ain't going to
but that's what I'm saying. That isn't
real quick. You know what I'm talking about? Real quick.
But no, like
my nigga, keep doing it.
Like I said, but I'm with Juan though. Like I said, I go based off character. Like I can't because I mean, I feel like the last time, even like when OJ was that happened, people were like, "Oh, they did it," but people in the black community were still like, let OJ go."
I never liked the OJ like that. That's just me. I don't got nothing against him, but I just never liked the fucking dude.
I think the OJ thing was a little different though because of the time period that we're talking about and the case that we're talking about.
And he killed that woman.
I know, but I'm saying,
we don't know that.
But I'm saying a lot of black people at the time were still like, "Oh, free OJ." Like,
yeah. But the reason why I think that the OJ thing was different is because of because now most people know about how fucked up the police are. I think back then people knew, but it was more of a like, I feel like racism was just more palpable. So it's just like, I think that it wasn't so much of we're supporting OJ just because he's black. We're supporting OJ because fuck the police and the system.
That was also what was the Rodney King thing was before that, right?
I think so.
So that was also a big thing that happened right before that. That probably.
But he was innocent, wasn't Yeah,
No. Rodney King was that's what I'm saying. He was just attacked by the police.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm saying that situation. So
Fuck
they were
12.
already like super angry at the police.
Right.
So I'm going off of what you're saying. They
Yeah.
probably just were like, "Fuck the police."
Yeah. So it was, I feel like that's probably what was a part of that miasma more so than just nepotism or I guess that's not nepotism, but fictitious kinship. Oh, I didn't say this. I said this earlier, but they the reason why it's such a big deal is the YNW Melly thing is because they're trying to give the man the death penalty. And in Florida, because of the Parkland shooting, people remember a while back the dude killed, I think it was like 17 people. Because of that, a law was passed to where now it only takes, instead of it being a unanimous decision, it only takes 8 out of the 12. So
haven't Melly been in jail? Was he incarcerated before even that law was passed too?
Yeah.
That shit is the fucking wildest shit ever. So now, since they trial is going, that's how they trialing them too.
Mm-hmm.
They don't grandfather people in on old stuff. I don't know how that works.
Apparently it's applying to this case. That's all we know.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's applying to this case.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah. But to a wise man recently just said, or we could just not murder people. For real, Jay, you just don't murder people.
Hey,
bro.
no one hit Millie's mama. He had no reason to shoot.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, he ain't have no reason. Like, as far as we know,
Yeah,
bro.
bring it back full circle.
Yeah, we ain't
Hey,
have
man,
no.
free Melly, man. He ain't shoot nobody, man. He ain't get nobody dead, man. Free my nigga, man. Y'all had my boy incarcerated way too long. Man.
Free him if he's innocent. Yes.
Free my nigga, man.
And the thing is, and this was what I was finna say before I got up and looked at that camera. Maybe I'm a little bit of an elitist, but it's hard for me to. Well, I'm about to say this on camera. It's hard for me to get behind certain aspects, regardless of if they're black or not. It's hard for me to get behind certain behaviors if they don't represent a positive, progressive thing for the black community. So it's just like, I can't, because the thing about it is, if we just blindly say free Buddy, now I'm with the law. I'm with the law. He's innocent until proven guilty. The reason why it's hard for me to just shout free Buddy though is because I feel like back in the dark recesses of some people's minds, it validates like that kind of lifestyle as a thing that is attainable or a thing that is just normal, even if it's just normal, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like it most certainly just shouldn't be. Like, we shouldn't be normalizing killing each other. We shouldn't normalize fucking all of this gang shit where we talking about murdering each other. And the thing, it's not even about gang shit. It's about that element of it where it's just like, why you got so much smoke with another man just because of whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? All this petty stuff, like the devaluing, the devaluing of human life. I can't get behind none of that because I'm a humanist, I'm progressive, and I want the best for my people.
Unless they're millionaires.
Unless they're millionaires. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like, it is what it is.
But no, like I said, I completely agree. I'm the same way. It's like I go based off of like character and just what they have. Again, don't know Millie, never met the dude. Obviously, right. If he is innocent, they should, I feel like they should do the due diligence, make sure that nothing happens.
My homie innocent, man.
But at the same time,
fuck the system.
Oh yeah, all four. I'm about to finish what you're saying.
But I said, like, at the same time, I do feel like that's why I asked the question. I said, do you feel like the black community, like, just randomly sometimes? Because I'm gonna say for like, when Obama, like, shit, when Obama was doing presidents, I was like, hell yeah, Obama.
That's an exception, just like the OJ thing.
Because we were like, let's be honest.
The first time we just got to. The first time is no,
let's be honest. Let's be honest. We was all like, oh yeah, like didn't care what his policies were.
The very first time.
He could have had some crazy wild shit on his things. We wouldn't even have checked. We'd have been like, he gets our sign of approval.
Radical.
But I feel like, but he also was very clean cut, and he was very, we had something that we could see, like, representation for us.
Black power.
Right.
But at the same time, what you're saying, like, I feel like if you just say free everybody, you don't know anything about them, it's easy for someone to be like, oh, they were like, oh, I'm a big and Melly fan. I've been following him for years. He would never do that. I've looked at all his cases and stuff. Then I'm like, oh yeah, I get with you. But if you don't even listen to the dude's music and just because you're just like, oh yeah, free him because of that, and it's like, then it's the same blind mindset of like all that other stuff. I feel like people
it's like people do it knowing like. So I want people to get to the point to where even if you love that person, you know that they did because you know that they did some fucked up shit. I talked about this on the other episode. I think it was just me, you, and Nala B when we was talking about loyalty. And I was saying that like loyalty for me, if you do something that goes against an idea or an ideal that I have, you're not being loyal to me. It's not about the person, it's not about the entity, it's about the idea that we share. And because that's mutual, that now there's some reciprocity here. Because if I'm only loyal to a person, a body, that means I'm not looking at what that person stands for, all of this other stuff. I'm loyal to the person to a fault, and I'm so loyal to the person that I'm willing to accept whatever the person does.
Preach.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That ain't loyalty to me. To me, that's just blind stupidity. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes,
so it's
sir.
just like if we have an ideal where it's just like we gonna get some money, we gonna have some women, we gonna do some positive stuff in the community, we gonna do all of this other stuff. The moment you start doing anything outside of that, you ain't being loyal to what I'm being loyal to. And so I can't boogie with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like even if I love you,
can't slide in.
Love ain't enough for me to take up for you when you done sat up here and did something that has gone against what we were supposed to be standing for.
Accountability.
I think it works both ways too. Because, like, for instance, remember the Kyle Rittenhouse thing? Mm-hmm. The white dude who went to the thing and he shot all those people.
Hold on, I'm not laughing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What you laughing at, dude?
He said the white dude that went to the thing and shot up all the people like that.
I mean, that's in a nutshell. That's in a nutshell. What?
I know, man. I don't know why that's funny.
Well, he shot up, bro.
He shot them people,
so
bro.
if you don't remember shut up, Juan. Man, Kyle Rittenhouse, you remember that case a few years ago? He went to a protest, supposed to be like a friendly protest. Went there. He was like underage. He was like 15 or something like that, 16. Went there with his mom dropped him off with the AR assault rifle.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I feel like another same case is like I feel like a lot of people without looking at the facts, just white people were just like, oh, free him. He's super innocent. Mm-hmm. He shot those people. And they were looking at it and it was like, bro, it's like we have a bunch of mindless people just assuming, not everybody, but a lot of people were just like on his side, just saying like, I'm glad he shot those dudes. People weren't worthless, but he was cleaning up the mess and all that stuff.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I was like, man, y'all didn't even look at the facts. I was like, it's like you like facts over feelings, man. Like whether he's white, black, Asian, what doesn't matter race. I'm like, if someone's guilty, get their ass. If they innocent, free their ass. You know. But I feel like we get that's that's why we have juries of our peers that's supposed to be mixed, like different. It's supposed to be anonymous. It's supposed to try to be as non-biased as possible. Thank you. But I feel like so it's not just us in that sense. I feel like it's every group. I feel like every group has that same
for sure.
Stuff.
For sure.
That's all I want to say.
For sure. Yeah, nah. And yeah, that's a dead horse. I didn't know this. Just to backtrack, we've been going back and forth for this whole podcast. The Parkland security resource officer, and ain't that what it is? I didn't know school resource officer. I didn't know this. I didn't even know he was on trial. Yeah. He was on trial, but he was found not guilty.
For what?
They tried to say that he didn't confront the shooter or try to protect the children.
I didn't know that could be a charge.
I didn't either, but
he did. But they must have like some kind of evidence on him not trying to.
I don't.
They have it on camera.
I don't remember. I don't remember what it's called, but it's basically
negligence or something.
It's something like there's.
That's crazy.
They had to make another law for it's so weird because it differs from states. Like for instance, like if you were choking. And I saved you, what happened would be like, someone would be like, oh, well, I wanted to choke. Then you could sue me because you actually wanted to choke and die. And now I caused that. So then that's when they came up with what? Then they came up with the act where it's called, Juan, help me out here. What is it? The lawful person, or it's called the, good citizen or good citizen act or something like that. something along those lines. Don't quote me too much, but it's called like the Good Citizen Act or whatever to stop that. To where basically, if someone sees you choking stuff like that, you can now sue them because that was a big problem because people would be like CPR. They'd be like, oh, do CPR on them. Well, if you do CPR on someone, if you actually do it properly, you're gonna crack their ribs. You're gonna mess them up, and people were getting injured and get substantial injury and having to go to the hospital. And then they're like, oh, well, I was dying, but now you're going to pay for my hospital bills. Like, motherfucker, you grateful I saved you. So that's why they came up with that rule. But then there's also the same things where people were like standing around not wanting to do it. So they were like, oh, I don't want to save him because I don't want to get sued. And those people were also like, well, you could have saved that dude. So now you're at fault as well. So that's why they had to bring in that other law to where they're like, hey, do this now. And we're gonna cover you if you try to attempt to save them. But if you were just like looking on as a bystander and stuff, you can totally get you wouldn't be an accessory. I can't remember what the exact thing is, but yeah, they can get you with something for negligence. That's what I'm saying. Bro. It's a lot of weird.
I'm just gonna leave, bro. I can't be in these situations.
That's what I say, man. You got no laws. Like I said, with the same thing with the guns and the bullets and stuff like that. It's all crazy. Small, you'd be wild to find out what laws what small little things will give you life, and what small little other things you do that will let you be free. Like in Texas, it is completely legal to if your wife cheats on you, to kill the dude who's sleeping with her, but you have to catch him in the act in your bed in your home. If you catch them in the bed,
fact check it.
Oh, that's a fact. I wouldn't say it wasn't a fact. You can totally. They might have changed it recently.
Look, Fred.
Go on, yeah.
Fred said he don't play. Look, I'm gonna figure this out.
Go for it. I want to say, but yeah, if you catch them in your bed, but again, it could have been changed. Now this is I don't know how old this is.
Now you trying to backtrack?
No, I'm not backtracking.
I'm just talking shit.
But I'm saying if you look at it, it was a law, or it still might be, because you know there's some really old weird ones. Like that one where it's like you can't have ice cream in your pocket on Sunday type shit, like those weird laws.
Yeah,
like
and like horses downtown or something.
Yeah,
like
they still got weird ones like that. But there's one in Texas. You catch them in your bed and stuff, like you can shoot them dead. But it's like that specific thing. So if you like caught them, but they were outside and they were cheating, and you shoot them, you're gonna go to prison for like murder and stuff. So it's weird, man. Like
that's
I said,
crazy.
There's some small little. Every place is different
because there's so many laws.
Article 1220 of the Texas Penal Code provides homicide is justifiable when committed by the husband upon one taken in the act of adultery with the wife, provided the killing takes place before the parties to the act have separated. So you're right.
So if you catch a nigga walking outside your house and you feel like he was in that bitch fucking your bitch, you can lay that nigga down right there.
And thank you, Fred, for fact checking. That was what you said. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know.
That's crazy.
But you have to catch. But it's like you have to catch them in the act.
Nah, he said before they even separate.
Yeah. I'm saying like it's.
So what I'm saying,
I don't know the exact nuances of it. But in terms of like,
what does separate even mean? Like before, like they pull apart the penis.
I thought he was.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought he was leaving the house.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't know the exact nuances of it. But from
he gotta be in there.
But from my knowledge, you have to catch them in bed in the act.
He got to be
in
there.
If you want to make sure that your woman ain't cheating, move to Texas.
But that's in Texas though. But like for instance,
could you imagine, bro? Like could you imagine? I'm sorry, I'm gonna let you finish. I gotta be Kanye for a second. But could you imagine? Could you imagine, ladies? Could you imagine a dude buddy in you cheating on your mans, and buddy in you now he just got a hole in his face and he bleeding. Boy, that shit crazy.
He's still in you.
He's standing above you. He's standing above you about to shoot, and you pull out. He's like, "Damn, lucky motherfucker! You win this time."
Hell no!
You that car outside, you gotta sneak in.
Yeah, but no, like I said,
that YIR.
Like I said, I don't know the exact stipulations of like what the exact ramifications are, but I know it's like it's so much to where it's like if you go in there and you catch them both leaving out of the bed but they dress and you got a gun, you shoot them, you in trouble. But if it was just a little bit after that and there was something going on and you could prove that, then you fine. And that's just a Texan law.
I don't know if we should be like publicizing this. I feel
it's
like
not. It's
what if there's
it's general? It's not general knowledge.
It's not general knowledge.
It's not general knowledge.
Like because the
don't ask me how I know that.
Granted, we ain't pulling in a whole lot of numbers, but it's just like imagine this podcast blow up and then we find out that there's a correlation between this episode and then Elvis and Bronze
in 2025 we've seen an increase of male deaths in Texas in their homes But like, I mean, that'd be wild. But
Don't be fucking niggas' wives.
yeah, man.
Stay out these folk homes. Stop hitting folk mamas in the face.
I was just
Leave folks alone. Like,
You're real
there's
with
so
that.
many ways. This stuff. I need to change the name of this podcast, bro. A Million Ways to Die. That's what we need to rename this podcast. A Million Ways to Die. Stop hitting folks mamas.
That's crazy.
Like
bro.
in reality,
laying
like,
hands on people, mama.
There's a lot of things you don't have to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, just a lot of
That
shit
just-
you don't.
but
You
think-
don't have to.
But
fuck
think about that
nobody's wife.
though. I mean, I just told y'all about that. Y'all just learned that out, a new fact today. But I don't know how many people actively know this in Texas. Maybe it's actually
That's
stopping.
what I said.
Probably.
Maybe
all
it's
of them.
probably actually stopping people from like just trying to
We
like
gotta
if
lock
a girl over there asking like, why don't you come over to my place? It's like, hell no, you're trying to get me shot. Like
Come to mine.
it sounds like a weird law, but what if it's helping prevent that stuff?
So
though?
can the women do that shit too though?
I don't know. I can't.
Ooh, that's a great question.
I don't know.
Can the bruh niggas gonna be
Because if not, but no, because if it's not, boy, that's some misogynist shit.
Facts.
That's some misogynist shit.
I
What?
will say
It's
I didn't see
different, though.
anything about it saying the woman. It only references the man, but I don't know. It could be. Like,
Wow.
It did say just so long as the husband.
Yeah.
It said nothing
Damn,
about the
that's
wife.
Wow.
Hey, we might need to start talking about that. We found loopholes to the laws.
Hey, I think we're
Thank
gonna
you.
look into that though. We're gonna look into that.
Women everywhere.
Y'all
too.
comment in the comment sections if y'all find that
Women,
out.
if y'all want equality to shoot y'all husbands as well, just comment that. Equal rights for women to shoot their husbands dead.
They
Yo,
gonna start walking in Texas.
yo.
We gotta
Yeah.
keep it fair. We gotta keep it fair around here.
Before we get into this other stuff, before we get into memes and things, man.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like a Zaxby's menu item.
I want some Zaxby's.
Before we get into that, man, we're gonna take the trash out, man. This is a new little segment I came up with because I was just like, you know what, it's a lot of trash. And every week we gotta take it out.
What
Oh,
kind of
thank you.
trash?
I like that.
We gotta take out the trash, man. We gotta. So apparently, an abducted infant was killed when a man drove his Camaro into an Ohio house at full speed. Fuck that dude, man.
Hey, is he getting life?
I don't know, but we taking out this trash, man. I'm gonna insert some type of weird.
I ain't got no devil's advocate to put on this
You
one.
did some.
Yeah. We taking out the
Bro,
trash,
what the
man.
fuck? How?
I don't know how he's still.
And you
Let's go here, man.
I don't know how
he's
he's still.
Jonathan Baker, 23, allegedly took the child after a dispute with his girlfriend, authorities said. A 7-month-old girl was killed when an Ohio man who abducted his girlfriend's infant and fled in a Camaro drove into a house at full speed after police tried to pull him over, authorities said. Jonathan Baker, 23, allegedly took the girl after a dispute with his girlfriend Tuesday in the village of North Baltimore. The police chief in Tiffin, roughly 90 miles southwest of Cleveland, said in a statement Wednesday, hours after the fatal crash. The Seneca County Sheriff's Office said the man who abducted the child was feeling homicidal and suicidal, adding he also claimed to have killed the baby.
That's crazy, man.
That's but you know, and this isn't no devil's advocate shit.
No,
this is some
there
real.
isn't.
This is some real stuff though. Like that family annihilator syndrome, bro. That's some real stuff though. That dudes be dealing with, where dudes be like they feel. I'm not saying that this is the case for him, but young dudes be going crazy and killing off their whole family. Not just young dudes, but dudes in general just go crazy and kill off their whole family because of maybe it's a bastardized cocktail of some shit.
I mean,
but either way it
you got
goes.
some serious demons for someone to be doing. I mean, come on
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Like
man.
if you feel suicidal, I understand, but to take other people out with you,
We taking out the trash, man. Oh, homeboy. That's trash, man. We that first episode where we take out the trash is you, Jonathan Baker.
And then the police behind you still want to keep going with the baby in the back.
Yeah, man.
Baby ain't been in this whole world a whole year. She ain't even breathed for a whole year yet. You playing.
Playing.
Hell nah, you need to die.
But on the upside, I
Babe.
also got this right after I got this right before some positive shit. This week's notable person is Busta Rhymes for his Lifetime Achievement Award. Give it up for Busta Rhymes, man. Busta Rhymes.
oh, I'm still sad about the baby thing.
No, we gotta move forward.
Gotta move forward. What the hell?
Like, damn.
Yeah, I'm sad about it too. We took the trash out. Once the trash is out the door,
Yeah,
it's in
it's
the trash
gone.
can. It's gone.
That was,
We
that,
gotta
was,
keep
too, that was too much
Good
of a
riddance.
turnaround, man.
Yeah. Busta Rhymes got his Lifetime Achievement Award, and he said some gangster shit.
What you
man.
say, cuz?
One thing that I need y'all to know, we're gonna stop these little petty beefs that we be doing in rap. This shit is, y'all messing up the bag. Y'all messing up the energy. I don't like when I talk to these dudes that run these streaming platforms and they talking about, you know, we turning the consumer off because there's so much little this and little that going on with you rappers. We're gonna stop that. We're gonna love each other and we're gonna get to this money. You know, executives, start promoting everything that can be great in the music too. It ain't just gotta be about the ass shaking and how much drugs we sold and how much dudes we tied up, how much drugs we doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the Chuck D era and the Kane era, but I'm a timeless great. I rock with all of my new artists. Everything about me is leading the new. That's why my group is called Leaders of the New. Shout out to every new artist that's contributing and doing their job. I love seeing Ice Spice. I love seeing Coi Leray. I love seeing Kendrick. I love seeing J. Cole. I love seeing Wu-Tang. I love seeing Nas. We're going to stop this narrative like we don't love each other. This divide thing. It's corny, it's tired, it's whack.
But yeah, man, give it up for Busta Rhymes, man. Coming out with the grand speeches, man. And for his Lifetime Achievement Award. I don't know, this might sound bad, but I don't know why he's getting the Lifetime Achievement Award.
He's old as fuck.
I also don't know why. I thought you was gonna tell us.
No, I don't know why he got the Lifetime Achievement Award. I genuinely do not know why he's getting it. But
you got me clapping for this nigga.
No, I mean,
so let me ask this: why do you get the Lifetime Achievement Award?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm
like for everybody that didn't get it before, why did they get it?
Around,
didn't Mary J. Blige just get it last time or some shit?
I mean, I'm glad he got it. I'm assuming he did some really good stuff for it. Maybe he did like a lot of volunteering and stuff like that, and maybe he did a lot of other things.
The Lifetime Achievement Award recognizes individuals or groups who have made significant and sustained contributions to the development and dissemination.
Oh, okay, then cool. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Like for fucking sure.
Okay.
How long do you got to be doing something to get a lifetime achievement?
A lifetime.
A lifetime.
A lifetime is in the name. Nigga.
All right. No, let me. All right, smart asses. You know what I mean. I'm talking about obviously, if that was the case, the niggas got way more years to live, and they give it to him when he died or something.
Pull up how old Busta Rhymes is.
You gotta be up there.
You could pull it up. It don't matter if he 50 or something. When he start making music,
I'm just hold on. I'm just about to tell him pull up something else.
He's 51. It's right there.
I say 51. So look up what's the average human death rate?
I know the average.
What's the age?
I know the average.
So men it's like 68.
No, it's 70. It's 79. Just went down to 74.
I think I'm thinking about black men.
Oh, that's America.
In America,
in Russia, it's like 55.
But black men, that's what I was saying.
Black men, I don't know specifically for black people.
68.
So you're saying that you don't think people should get a Lifetime Achievement Award until they've completed their lifetime?
That's not what I said at all. That's not what I said at all. That's not what I said at all. I said y'all smart asses were saying, yeah, it's a lifetime. I said with that logic.
To be fair, he has lived.
I said with that logic.
That's a lot of years.
I said with that logic, you'd have to get at the end, not the other one. But that's also assuming.
Okay.
That's also assuming he popped out of the womb making music.
I still had to live.
I'm sorry. What's the difference between what you just said and what I said?
Because now who don't got their mic in?
I heard you both times. I'm just like
I said
in a different way.
I said what's the how long do you have to be doing something to get a lifetime award? All y'all said a lifetime because y'all being smart ass. I said with that logic, his life is not over, and you would have to wait until he's dead. Then, if you're talking about a lifetime award.
So then I said, so you're saying that people should not get the achievement award until they're dead?
And I said no. I said no. My whole question goes back to what I said from the beginning when I said, how long do you have to do something to get a lifetime award? I was never given a real answer. Y'all gave me a smart ass answer.
No, I think I was being funny.
No,
but
that's what I'm saying. I'm just answering that one.
It's
so
genuine. I do think that it's just genuinely
that's what I'm
arbitrary.
Because there's got to be like I
feel like it's a board of people that look at it like because it did say it didn't have a definite amount of time.
Yeah, like to be president, you have to be a certain age to even like apply. So that's what I'm saying. I didn't know if there's like, oh, we're not giving a lifetime award. Like what if you did a bunch of shit? Like, what if you did a bunch of shit within like 5 years that could be more like, say you contributed to more than what someone did in a like think Michael.
Sometimes that can be the factor.
But that's why I asked how long. And I go back to my main question.
But now,
how long?
Because I feel like there are people that have done that.
Qualification for lifetime awards.
I feel like there are people that have done that and haven't gotten a lifetime achievement award.
But again, that's why I said how long is the qualification for a lifetime award?
I think that it's arbitrary. I think that it's so. I think because I feel like that's one of those things that's just like. Because the U.S. president thing, that's something that's like legal, right? That's a legal thing.
Yeah.
That's something more set in stone. As far as this is concerned, it's more arbitrary, just like how you get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It's like a
I get that, but I'm just generally just curious because it's like, because with that logic, say Corey Leray, like he mentioned, she ain't been in the game very long. What if the next 5 years she gets a lifetime award? But there's been people who's been doing it 20, 30 some years, then they're upset. They're like,
oh, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that happens.
But you see, you don't know though, because you just said we don't know. It's arbitrary. That with that logic, they can give it out to anyone at any time for whatever.
No, that's not. I feel like they have a standard. We probably just don't know the standard.
Which is why I just said. That's what I said. What's the
But
standard?
I'm saying it's probably an arbitrary standard. It's probably like they probably have a criteria of like maybe 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah, first off, you gotta complete a lifetime.
Yeah,
I complete that. Whatever that shit means in the game, though. I'm assuming, but I mean, they've been in the game a long fucking time. But we can't answer that question fully.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it
at least 10 years of documented accomplishments in the field of wait, this is for something else.
Yeah, that's all I was saying. Is like, because it's like, are you going based off time or are you going based off contributions?
You gotta be old as fuck.
Regardless, good for him.
Yeah, yeah.
So you said about 10 years.
Well, that was in a different. I didn't finish reading it before I started talking. That was
category.
We're gonna skip down here and go ahead and flash through some of this other stuff. And if we got time at the end, I wanted to talk about something that Fred actually sent. The Migos were back and they were performing. That was good. That was good. What are they beefing about?
2/3 back.
The Migos.
Yeah. When
talking about internally.
Yeah, they were beefing with each other.
Are you talking about before or after?
No, Quavo and Offset.
What's beefing?
Oh, that has something to do with Sweetie.
Really?
Yeah, I think Philosopher Fred is absolutely right.
It's because my wife watches a lot of.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it was Sweetie around the time, and yeah.
Quavo had a line in one of his songs. It was like, "She fucked on my dogs" or something like that, and people thought it was talking about
Offset. And that's around the time that them allegations were that he cheated, huh?
Yeah, I think so. He always getting accused of cheating. That nigga's a serial cheater.
And then like
that's serial cheater.
And then, like, I guess when that shit happened though, like
no, that's not Offset.
The man
Takeoff that be getting accused, right?
Takeoff is dead.
I thought Offset was the one that died.
Oh my god. Man. Oh man, rest in peace to Takeoff. We sorry for any confusion. My boy know now.
My bad. I thought it was the opposite.
Oh my fucking god.
How was that? What?
Takeoff dead.
Takeoff is gone.
I knew it was one of them. My bad.
I didn't say that. I didn't say Steve Jobs. I didn't say it like I was talking about.
These ain't them damn millionaires we were just talking about. This the culture. All right, you feel me? Big culture.
I've been listening to videos since the beginning.
Like white t-shirt type shit. You know what I mean?
Hey, like I said, Takeoff and Offset, them things. I know who Quavo is. Quavo is not. His name is completely different. But the other two, I mix them up sometimes. That's my bad.
So you thought Offset was dead?
I knew it was.
So you was walking around here thought Offset.
What?
They both got off in their name.
Bro, I want to make sure. Hold on, bro.
It's one of them.
No, it's Takeoff.
I'm not gonna. It sounds silly.
Offset is
silly, but yes,
Offset is with Cardi B.
Offset, but you thought Offset was dead?
I knew it was one. I mix up the names.
One of the offs.
That's a fair.
I know Quavo because his don't, but Offset and then take off the off thing. I just sometimes I mix
especially
it up.
if you don't.
But I've been listening to the Migos for forever. But that don't. I know them by faces and stuff, not the names.
Yeah, my boy, Rocket Power gone. The Rocket. They did a little tribute to the on the BET Awards. It's the first time they were seen like really together performing or doing anything since the allegations spun out. You know, because that's the only thing that broke up that group. That was the group that we had.
It's always a woman, man. It's always a woman. Just like the Beatles.
Nah, they made that choice, and then you know what? When people was coming to realize
they did make the choice, but it was still over a woman.
But look though, I know when people make choices to push other people out of their life because of certain things that happen, you still gonna make the choice to even they could have how they had to how Takeoff had to die for them to even come together and even like sit down and even have a whole conversation. You feel me? Because they wasn't talking. They wasn't. You know
I don't know why. See, that's weird to me. That's so corny because they family. They literally blood.
No, they ain't. Offset just came out a couple days ago saying that he's not related to them, but that's besides the fact.
They're supposed to be cousins, and the other one's like nephew.
And Quavo
it's the nephew's uncle. But look, so look, bro, look.
I mean, they would still be related.
I mean, people be taking life for granted and stuff, and like the choice that you made, you realize that choice that you made wasn't heavy enough to make you lose the time you could have had with a person.
No, I get that.
You know what I mean? And he probably grew up with them from childhood type shit, and they just considered it. But like, and then for publicity, I would say that's my cousin too. Cause look at us, like, nah, I would keep it like it sounds.
And they all don't look that far.
And yeah, they don't look that far apart, and they all got lost. And they from Atlanta,
look like some Atlanta niggas.
The North, whatever you say. Yeah, that's
okay.
I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but speaking of that though, when you talk about cheating and stuff, you saw that Cardi B got accused of cheating, and she did.
That's why I had said it. So like going back, that's why I had said something about when he got accused. You know, he had posted. He
posted that picture.
I miss my granny.
Yeah, and then Cardi B done posted the same picture.
She said, "I miss my granny."
Yeah. Oh, Patti LaBelle speaks out after the Tina Turner tribute. She forgot some words. She said,
"What she said?
I did my best."
That wasn't her fucking best.
Hey yo, what's that? Remember when Shannon Sharp just left off of Undisputed? He goes, "Don't when you lay your head on that pillow, I gave you everything I had.
Yeah.
I gave you everything I had."
I mean, yeah. I mean, you know, I ain't gonna lie to you,
bruh.
I was watching a show one time. Don't even remember what show it was.
Talk your shit.
And it was something tragic going on. And the dude said, "I did my best." And I started crying. I was just like, am I fucking pregnant? The fuck is wrong with me?
God damn.
And that's all I could think about.
He said, am I
That's all I could think about when I seen this. You said, "I did my best." And I was just like, damn.
Then one of her songs.
That goes back to one of our earlier posts. We talked about like male masculinity and stuff like,
bro,
to where like you can't even allow yourself to be sad, to where you gotta be like, hold on now.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, like
what the hell going on?
I don't know what about that was so profound to me. Like, I did my best.
It shouldn't have been that catastrophic to you.
Simple explanations are sometimes the deepest, man.
It's
you don't
deep.
need a whole.
That mean that everything that was there is just, it ain't there no more because you gave it all.
I'm a little disappointed in you.
Well, me.
Yeah.
I don't care nothing about it.
I know you don't, but I'm gonna let you know every time. I'm disappointed in that motherfucker right now.
What?
Why?
Why? Juan's allowed to be sad.
Shut the fuck up. No, he ain't. Listen.
Hey, look. Hey, it's the toxic homeboys like that. Hell no.
Drizzy said, "This is not a safe place, nigga. This is not,
not
a safe place."
That soft ass shit over there.
We motherfucking wolves. I don't give a damn about that bullshit.
Dre said,
that nigga over here crying and talking about something.
I was mugging the whole time. Does that make it better?
Dre said,
he better take out my shades.
Dre said, he's like,
so was Denzel being soft in that movie when he was a slave getting whipped?
Apparently.
Dre said absolutely.
Bro, he wasn't crying, bro. That nigga was mad. You want to talk about?
Yeah, bro.
You was like that nigga.
I was not.
That nigga was strong. That nigga was like.
That's how I was.
Hey, how did one cry again?
Yeah.
Yo, Dre said, "Juan, I know that's your house, but you ain't gonna be a bitch in here." Like,
hell nah, the fuck.
I was not crying like that.
Bro, ain't no fucking way.
I just shedded a tear.
Look, BC. When he said that bullshit, all I seen was you saying, "One, I did my best," and then nigga started fucking crying. I can't see no shit like this shit possible. One. I don't give a damn.
Hey, all I know is don't ever come to this nigga with any serious problems.
Folks be like, how you beat Wolfman in the fight? You let him win and then say you did your best.
Cause I ain't that fucking friend.
You won, bro. Hey man, you won, bro. My bad. I ain't mean to beat you up like that.
This nigga kryptonite. Tell me something. Did your best. Yeah.
Mariah Mills.
Where we still on this
Twitter account
bitch?
Has been suspended
Give it
for
up
threatening
For Zion.
Zion Williams sex tape release.
It's just me.
That's a little old, but didn't she get his name tattooed on her or something like that?
She did.
I don't know. I don't
Look,
think it was
man,
that.
Hey, bro, hold on, Warren.
He
Before you
like
say
2 or
that,
3 of them. So which one is?
Warren, before you say that, guess
Mariah
what?
Mills.
That bitch came
That's the
out
one he had
the
the
other
baby with,
day
right?
and
No.
said NBA. She was talking to the NBA saying, like, you know, the trifling thing, but she said she gonna drop the fucking sex tape, nigga.
Yeah, that's what she got.
She about to drop the woo-wops.
That's what she got.
So
her Twitter
this
account
was
suspended
Elon
for.
Musk.
And
So
I'm confused.
so this is
I'm sorry.
Elon Musk looking out there, right? Because Elon Musk owns Twitter, right?
Yeah, right.
Man, he don't give
Which
a
is
fuck.
why I
Free
say
speech.
Elon Musk is more relatable than a lot of people.
Yeah,
But like,
free speech.
but like,
Wait, does he own? He does own Twitter, right?
yeah, he owns
Yeah.
Twitter.
Free speech.
Okay, I'm
That's
making sure.
confusing because they put a lot of shit on Twitter. I would think they would let that slide.
When,
Well, she was going heavy with it.
and I think it might also be because it was a thread.
Well, I think it's more of like at one point, like on Facebook, if you say something, it's like fine. But if you do it multiple times, at certain points, harassment. Like she was seriously harassing this dude.
Yeah,
Like,
it might be an accumulation of stuff.
yeah.
All I'm trying to say is this: for everybody, I want y'all to understand this. I don't know why I should have to vocalize this, and maybe the fact that I have to vocalize this is just a reflection of how far we've fallen as a society. If someone is willing to get your name tattooed on them anywhere, that person is also likely to kill your ass.
Can't confirm.
That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is if they crazy enough to do that, they also crazy enough to try to threaten you with sex tapes, maybe kill you if at the worst.
I feel like it's just his fault because like
No, it ain't.
let me finish. Damn, y'all niggas gonna let a nigga finish for what? I'm about to
It's
leave.
y'all niggas.
Oh,
I swear I can't get 2 words
That's
out.
him.
with
That's him.
someone.
That ain't no. Go ahead,
it's
BC.
just me, Big C. I'm sorry. Don't bring my fellow.
I
companions
said
into
his
it.
fault because as a celebrity, as a basketball player, from all the things with Brittany Griner doing with Mikal Bridges, with Paul George's
I
had
see
to
what
deal
you're
with.
saying.
I can list off so many different things of the same women doing this to men. Like once they get famous, and when they go, they're like, "Yo, you're famous." Same thing with Drake. Y'all remember when Drake was obviously not a basketball player, but that the whole thing where the girl tried to sue Drake because he had sex with a girl and then he put hot sauce in the condom, and she tried to like go in the trash and like put the condom in, and she started burning her because he was killing and stuff. Women be doing that shit. He knew he had the wherewithal to go in there, throw hot sauce in the condom, tie it up, and throw it away. And then the girl tried to sue him for doing that stuff. What I'm just saying is that
Can we get back to? Go ahead.
it's all part of it. What I'm saying is when you're that marketable, when you make that much money, you can't just be fucking every second, especially when there's a laundry list of NBA players that have came before you that literally girls are trying to get pregnant to do this exact same thing.
So you mean to tell me just because I'm marketable?
Yes, it
and
is.
I got
Yes.
money.
Yes.
And I can go get shit that I want, and these bitches want to fuck.
Yes.
I'm not gonna fuck these bitches.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Let's take away
Hold
them.
on.
saying-
Hold on. That might not be what you're saying, but that's exactly what I'm saying.
I'm-
Because if you ain't got, because the thing about it is, it's a shame that we have to ask certain people to be vulnerable in a world full of predatory people. I've said that before. But because we're in a world full of predatory people, you also should be looking over your shoulder and making sure that you aren't leaving yourself open to be prey to these predatory people. And that's just it. It ain't nobody's job to look out for you but you.
And that's why I say it's his fault. And I'm gonna let you take it right out of this. I said it's his fault because you need to be smart enough to know this is gonna happen. But I'm not saying he shouldn't have fun. He should go and sleep with a woman and stuff he had. But there's consequences. Look what happened to Magic. With anything, it like there's always consequence, and that's not a dig. That's not a dig. I don't know why y'all shaking your head.
It's just funny. It's just funny, bro.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you what
That's
they
not-
I know.
Correlations just
That's-
hilarious.
We be going
The
straight.
correlations
Your
are-
correlation go
y'all-
here.
It's just funny.
Y'all don't
It's
see.
the-
Y'all
it be
don't
the
like.
best.
See the reason y'all have a problem with y'all life. Y'all can't take yourself serious in this situation is because I give you extremes you don't want to look at. Because if you sit there and I tell you,
facts hard to swallow.
Thank you.
He just said we got problems with our lives.
No, for real though. If I sit there and tell you what the absolutely worst thing could happen, and you're like, oh man, why you going so extreme with? Why you taking it there?
I don't think that's what we do. I think it was just we were laughing because
that
Magic.
it's all relevant. It's all relevant. The
Yeah.
same thing to Magic. The same thing that happened to him. And God forbid he was able to find a woman that stayed with him after all that stuff, that wanted to be with him. He found someone true for him. But you still deal with all of that stuff. You still deal with predatory women. You still have to know that, hey, someone's going to try and take advantage of me. Someone's going to try and do this. I need to make sure that the person I'm with is serious about me versus just fucking everything that moves. Now, you have every right to fuck everything that moves if that's what you so choose. But at the same time, if you ain't vetting these women, that's what's going to happen. And you have 50 plus NBA dudes to look to see the exact same. I can't feel sorry for no one in that same predicament when this isn't news. This isn't new. When Paul George, Miles Bridges, all these people have these same cases that are happening right now. Women coming out like Brittany Griner that are not Brittany Griner. What's her name?
Renner.
Brittany Renner. Thank you, Renner. Literally going on video saying, just sleep with the NBA dude. They're so dumb. She has videos out like this. Just say it's so easy to bag them once you just sleep with them. And they're telling on themselves, but guys are just so horny. They still do it. So I have no solace for anyone.
Look, man,
that can't just be like you said. You got to take care of yourself.
You would never know how much a person is gonna love you, and you can never depict that until you go down that line. Somebody that.
These fucking porn stars and OnlyFans women.
And that's where I'm getting at. You can never know. This bitch been fucked. That's how you can't put a level on love, because even through all the fucking she been doing, she wasn't loving them boys. She loves Zion for whatever reason. It was
that ain't love. That ain't love. That is not love.
But I mean, when you start loving, then you get hurt. She's hurt. So where did the hurt come from? Overall, she had to have a form of love for this man to be this hurt this much. Yeah.
No.
So hold on. So look, and we take away the hurt, and we gonna really say that she's not sitting up here hurt from his actions on what he did to her. And she been posting before she been posting all this stuff. So that means we really gonna say that she really just delusional and she's
maybe
crazy.
Maybe two things can be true.
Exactly.
Really
I don't think that saying that she's not hurt. Because I don't doubt she's not hurt. But like Juan said, two things can be true. You can be hurt because you have some feelings for him, but you also could be hurt because you missed out on the whole Olympics and you ain't pregnant by him, and now you can't have child support for 18 years.
No, she's pregnant by him.
No, not the other one. Not the one that's doing all that stuff.
Yeah, Mariah.
That's what I'm saying. The one that's throwing all the slander at him is the one that was basically saying, "Oh, you said you were with me the other day, but now you're with her." She's using him for clout. She's using him to get more things to herself.
Which is what I think is what's happening.
Exactly what's happening.
I feel like she's just trying to be relevant, and she about to use this to get on. Basically.
She's using this to have more people go to her streams and stuff, which has already been proving. Because a lot of people didn't know about. I mean, obviously some people did, but a lot of people now have been seeing this stuff and then going straight to her OnlyFans page and all her Pornhub pages and all that other stuff. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So Wanda's exactly right. Two things can be true. Do I doubt that she's hurt? Yeah, but at the same time, she's probably thinking that she missed out on a bag because she was getting what, 20,000 a month from him, 10,000 here. They have the receipts for it, and that's just temporary money. Yeah. If she was pregnant by him, that's guaranteed court money she would have had.
And then on top of that, even if you do want to add any element of love, it's probably like that spoiled milk ass love. It's like it ain't like no good, regular whole milk love. It's like it's cottage cheese milk love. Yeah. It's like she probably mad because she can't have power over him or some shit like that. Like you like, because I know a lot of people, not a lot of people, but I know some people are like, they get jealous not when they see you fucking someone else. Not when they see you doing something or on a date with someone else. It's when they lose access to you. And I feel like that might be what, Yeah.
And let's be 100% honest here. Like, let's be honest with ourselves. He didn't meet her in no bar and was like, oh, like I saw her from across the room. Some T-Pain type shit. Let me buy you a drink. Yeah, it wasn't like, no. He same thing with most of these guys. They're sleeping with Instagram models. They see someone that they find really attractive that has millions of views. They DM them. They see that they're famous, and they hit it off or talk from there. It's not like a natural thing to where he's like, oh, she was a high school sweetheart type stuff, or hey, I met her at one of these at this camp and I just fell for her. That's not. Let's be honest here. It's not love what's going on. It's lust. If we're being 100%.
She pregnant. Hey, one. When you get back, pull up the facts.
Which one's pregnant though?
Both of them.
Oh, this.
What? I'm trying to tell y'all.
I don't know.
I've been trying to tell y'all. So like when we go back to the hurt, I need you to pull it up. Go and pull it up too.
She could just be saying she pregnant too.
Pull it up.
I'm trying to see that.
Yeah, because if that's true, that's a new news because I ain't hear that yet.
We gotta be on it, man. We gotta lock in.
She could be, but
pregnant.
she could also just be. She also be just saying that to get more clout and attention.
She's a whore. The bitch is a whore.
You leave that whore alone. They prefer
I'm
floozy.
This is on TMZ. I don't know, bro.
It's on TMZ. She's been trying to get way too much attention. If she firstly would have came out and was like, "I'm pregnant too," then I kind of would have been like, "Oh man, Zion messed up." But the fact that she sent all of that other stuff out and then said the threatened with the sex tape, and then they banned her off Twitter, and now she's trying to say that, it just all still looks like clout. Again, could be true. I don't know.
This does. I mean, it does say it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say Zion was fucking her that same week, and he left that bitch, and he probably didn't talk to her for like 2 days or something, and then she go on the internet and find out that he with his baby mama. They've been taking pictures and shit, and she's pregnant. She just found out. I'm talking about where the hurt coming from, because I mean where it generates from. I ain't gonna say that's why I go back to the. You will never know how much a person will start loving you.
No, you're right.
And then you go against that, then they get hurt. That's what's fueling it. Like at the end of the day, he was fucking her.
Like I said, I think, like Juan said, two things can be true. I do believe she's hurt in some aspect, but I don't think it's 100% like.
She hurt.
It says Mariah is leading fans to believe she is in fact pregnant with the 22-year-old's child, as she also created a poll for potential names for the baby, Junior and Zoriah.
See, does that not sound like someone who's trying to create attention, not someone who's
but
actually
look though,
pregnant?
she also posted some shit and told Buddy that like we don't need you in our life. I'm gonna take care of this and that. I got this. I don't want you here, and I'm gonna have this baby.
Again, all of this and I could be wrong, but I'm saying all of this sounds like clout chase. She is using his name to get millions and millions of views and streams to her thing. So if she's trying to milk it for everything she can, she could genuinely be pregnant. But the way it started, and I agree with you. I don't doubt that she's not hurt. That there's some part of her's hurt. But I also, because if you have sex with anybody, at some basis, you like them enough to sleep with them. At some basis, and if you sleep with someone enough times, you will catch feelings. It's human law. It's human biology. If you could hate someone, you could dead hate them. But if you stick you and that person on a desert island for like 5 years, that person might come out being your best friend. Humans, no matter how much you want to be antisocial or how much you're an introvert, we still as humans crave interaction. We still crave human connection at a very biased.
I only disagree when it comes to the topic of sex work. And I'm not saying anything good or bad about sex work, but it is still sex work. So it's like, it's your job to do that.
That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like your job to, create this image on camera that you are enjoying yourself when, it's been documented that porn stars are not really that into the sex.
I agree with that, and that's a really good point. But I feel like there's also they're not having, and I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not in the sex industry, but when they do those videos and stuff, I'm assuming they're doing it once, and then they're probably doing it like months later with other people. I'm talking about like recurringly. When I say in the sense of like having sex over and over, like he was probably seeing her like every other week, but every other like month or stuff like that. So,
what I'm saying is though, like if you're doing it for a job, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then who's to say that you cannot also take those same acting skills and try to finesse a 22-year-old, essentially child?
No, you definitely can.
You know what I'm saying? Because if the roles were reversed, we would be calling a female
predator,
a child. You know what I'm saying? We call a man, that old predatorial. So it's like, who's to say she couldn't be just trying to trick this child into feeling like, she likes him, and then when it didn't work, now she's doing all this. Like, I still agree that it's cult chasing.
I completely agree with you. I didn't even think about the sex work part. I'm just saying, I still feel like it could potentially be that way because if they had enough times. Because when I think of sex work, I'm like, when you think of escorts or people like getting prostitutes, they're not going to the same prostitute every single time. But even if you're
someone might be.
I was gonna say someone got.
But even if you were like, because I think there's even a movie about it actually, where the prostitute like there's the one. What was it called?
Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman, yeah, where she falls in love with the dude because but that's a movie, so we're not really gonna talk about that. But no, you're absolutely right. I didn't think of that in the sex workers that.
And she's not a prostitute. She's a porn star, I think.
Yeah. We should clarify that. But
I didn't know anything about her until after.
But exactly what I was saying, I didn't know anything about her either. But now we know her. She's using this platform because I didn't know about her either. She's using this to like milk more views to her. And I think I saw a post at one point and it said how much more traffic she actually had after she sent that first Zion thing. So why not? Why wouldn't she do it? She's gonna milk. She's milking it for her 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, and I mean, if she's making money off of it, she has incentive.
Yes.
I mean, even if there are feelings involved, then like I said, it's probably that spoiled milk ass shit or not. We don't know if we don't know for sure. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's motherfuckers need to. If you don't want to wind up in that situation, you have to understand that you are responsible for everything that happens to you that you can control.
That was a good point for it though.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Man,
for sure.
Zion, keep fucking them bitches, man. We can keep, man. They lock in, bro.
Dre toxic.
Yeah, Dre toxic.
You gotta have the one toxic. Hey, Dre, appreciate you being you, man. That's why we work because everyone's got different outlooks. Dre gotta stay with the toxic outlook to give us a different view.
Keep this shit pimping, man. All right, you fucking these bitches.
Dre said, keep fucking the bitches. Don't have no.
He got them bitches both pregnant same week.
He
said the bitch both pregnant same week.
He said niggas can't cry.
What he said? Hey, what you said? But it don't got no reason. He said, "Take that down. What are you doing?" Hey, my fucking point. That bitch pregnant. Cause you hear me get them both. We gonna have child and child chilling. Go ahead.
All I'm gonna say is just look how you just said it. Look how you read it in what voice you said it. Look how you said it.
What you mean?
Look how you said it in voice. That's all I gotta say. That's all I can say. Look how you say. Hey, take that down.
Hey man, Zion, keep fucking them bitches, man. West side, my nigga. West side.
Stay toxic, King.
Yeah. Y'all got y'all facts, man.
Yeah, want me to kick this shit off?
Did you already say something in a previous podcast about negativity bias?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna change my fact then.
Oh no, I thought that you said that. I thought that you said. Yeah, you said something about you. That was your fact.
I don't think it was.
It was. You most certainly said that. You said something about it takes however many things about a positive thing and 5 to 1 or something like that.
It just hit you, huh?
I was gonna reuse a fact. That's crazy.
That shit crazy.
You got to
This man recycling facts. Hey, I done did that before.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Oh, I got one though.
All right. Back up.
Go? Okay, I got another one.
Go ahead. Start off.
Taking cold showers is actually good for your skin.
That shit fire. Closes up your pores.
Yeah.
That shit fire.
They just passed a law.
When they open your pores?
That's hot.
Oh,
let me close it.
They just opened they just passed a law like 2 days ago saying that they about to sell, well not sell, but they gonna be distributing lab grown meat from sales from animals. They gonna and it's only gonna be it just passed in California. And it's only in high class restaurants. So as of right now, people are eating.
You could pay extra money to eat fake meat.
That other meat, high class.
Is it really fake though? I mean, it's real meat. It's just not from the animal that.
Yeah, but it's made in a lab though.
I mean, so is everything else.
Some things are born out there in nature. Man.
It's still nature. A farm is a lab. It's the same.
There is a difference between a thing that's been genetically modified and something at a test tube.
You're right. Damn.
Because chickens can be injected and have hormones, but they're still chickens. Versus a chicken grown out of a tube, that's kind of weird.
I mean, that's just like saying a child born in a test. I mean,
it's not. Look, hey, okay, you couldn't even finish that sentence without
all
being
I'm
weird.
saying is, bro, I can go out here and fish and go get me some fish, right?
Yeah.
Real meat. I gotta go, and if I go to a high class restaurant, and I don't even know,
but you know they're gonna make you pay more for that. That's what I'm saying.
But even though I was just eating real meat in this restaurant, it's fake. The meat ain't It ain't real, cuz.
Test tube meat.
Test tube meat is still meat.
It was grown meat in the lab. What does that really mean?
Yeah.
It's not meat that was grown in nature.
People, vegetarians and vegans will still find a problem with it.
It's a problem fucking with it. With the motherfucker that eat meat.
I don't think it is. I feel like it's. I mean, I don't know.
How you feel?
Unless they like
unless
it's like some cancerous shit.
Tell us how you.
I feel like that might be
because the only thing that I can see probably
natural.
wrong. Not the only thing that I could see something wrong. The only problem that I could see is like if it was like if there was a problem with the growing process and maybe like in their genetic rearranging of whatever, if that's even a thing.
You know what they need to do?
If they somehow messed something up and made it and we were eating like cancer meat, that would be something different. You know, but like they grow organs all the time for like use for like transplants.
Yeah, but very small ones.
No, they grow hearts and shit. The only thing you can't regrow is a fucking brain. They grow.
I don't know if they've gotten to hearts yet. We're talking about the 3D printed ones where they made for the organ stuff. Yeah.
They use stem cells to make hearts and shit.
Yeah, I don't think it's fully hearts. It's kidneys.
And
some other smaller ones. I don't know.
Fact check it.
I don't think they have hearts yet because I was just watching something about that the other day. It's kidneys, some other smaller things. There was because I was listening to the list. They said they couldn't do it. It was like lungs and other things like that because it's got to be really really tiny stuff. And I think the heart might be too big.
Heart ain't big. Heart is smaller. Your heart is smaller than your kidney.
That's the size of your fist. It's pretty big for them.
They're trying to develop lab grown skin.
Yeah, they're trying to do all that stuff.
Yeah,
an ear.
That's what I'm saying. It's small. It's small body parts like ears and
kidneys and stuff.
I don't know.
Kidneys, livers.
So
I don't think heart was on there though.
That's the end of the article.
So,
yeah, see, no heart.
What was they calling that ground beef? Like pink what?
No,
it was pink. Like what was it called?
You mean the Beyond Meat thing?
No, when it was
so that pink Whitney meat.
When they first came out with like they were saying that it wasn't real meat and it was ground beef, but you could never tell.
Somebody from Taco Bell.
I think so. It was called pink something.
Oh, they got Taco Bell had a thing a while ago.
Yeah, that was McDonald's.
But but y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So even so long ago, even right then, they've been trying to get this shit approved. They've been trying. They've probably been growing this shit.
That's a little different because that wasn't even real meat. That was like sludge pink, like mixed up. It wasn't grown. It was like munched up, like because hot dogs are obviously like hooves and all that other stuff grinded into like certain things like that was even like, so when you have the meat levels, there's like different grades. So like we eat a certain amount of grades that they say is like consumable for humans, and then right below that, that's the stuff like we give dogs. Like if you open up a dog thing, it'll be like bacon and all the other things, but it's lower grade meat. And I think that's what the problem with it was, because it wasn't grown, but it was like lower grade dog meat or some shit like that. That's why it was like a big thing. But it wasn't test tube technically. But I think that would also still be a problem though, because if you did like,
and then the same people that just said that the FDA had to approve of that shit, right? Some kind of way, some kind of form. Probably though.
I'm sure. Yeah, ain't no probably. Yeah, they would have had.
They had to approve of that shit. Yeah. And there ain't no telling how long they've been trying to get this shit approved. So they finally got approved in the California. But I ain't trying to go too deep into it. It was just my fat. But like it's
good fat.
It's just wow, man.
I think what they should do with that is they should like give it to a bunch of like homeless people. And I'm not saying that as like the test.
Man, you know what? Man, give it a big C for a fucking great ass dog, man. Damn. Yes, they could.
Give it to
what the fuck?
For people that are starving.
What the fuck? Man, damn, boy.
You give it to them first, see what happens.
So that sounds mean like that, but a little.
See, you don't like when people put words in your mouth.
It's true. It's like 80% because they're hungry, 20% because of that. Though it's like. Because it's like it's the benefit is like you testing it out, you're trying to give it to people. Why not?
But now when they do that, y'all gonna be like, but the government, man, they gave that meat to the homeless man.
They will.
The government did, man.
They're never gonna be satisfied. But homeless people will have food.
Mama, I'm saying this shit. That shit have fucked up them people down there.
Oh, they're gonna complain regardless. But at least the homeless people are gonna have food to eat. I mean, they could definitely do it in a way to where they can like give it. But you're right. There's gonna be a problem.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Beggars can't be choosers, man. He's like, hey, this all that government meat.
Hey, bro, we getting this shit down, bro. Hey, one, give us your fat so we can slide.
Oh, yeah.
It don't matter.
Cool. I got a lot of random shit off the top of my head anyway. Koalas carry chlamydia.
They do. and this is most of them.
That's like 99% of them.
Yeah, they carry.
Yeah,
chlamydia.
don't let a koala bite you, get chlamydia.
Yeah,
You might just explain that to your girlfriend. I swear, baby, it was a koala. I wouldn't with no other bitch.
The koala got me.
Koala
carries
in the
chlamydia.
rain. Koalas in the rain. No fucks given. Oh, my bad.
Oh, you good?
All right.
That was just a quick one because
Yeah.
you know.
Right.
I feel like I gave the earlier one with the shotgun thing with the Texas, but anyway. Go on, Juan.
Oh, there's this theory. Now it's
You
a
giving
fact.
out facts or theories?
No, I'm
He
giving
said
out. I'm giving out a
Keep
fact.
it in line, Dre.
I'm giving out a fact that a theory exists.
You a whole ass for that.
But no, the theory is. I'm talking about the facts that the theory is based off on. So like the facts are that you have this idea of K versus R species selection. R just means that you have some animals that don't invest a lot into their young in order for them to survive. Think sea turtles, where they lay eggs on the beach and leave them.
You on your own.
And you on your own.
Long wolves out there.
You on your own.
You either die or make it.
And then you got K, which like elephants and us and other animals, where our selection process for a mate, it's factored in that we need someone who's going to be able to help us get the resources to take care of the young. Whereas that's not a thing for, you know what I'm saying, animal species that are R. You get what I'm saying? And the theory just comes in the idea that it's hard to say that the best thing for people to do is to have a whole bunch of baby mamas and stuff like that, is because naturally speaking, it's hard to argue that one person could supply all of the resources for that many different families, except now we can. And so there's a big hole in the idea and the theory and stuff like that. So I hope that kind of cleared up why I said it's a fact about a theory.
Like lions.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my fact. Look up K versus R. It's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting stuff. But yeah, man, I appreciate that. Yeah, this has been another episode of All Facts Podcast, man. We sleepy, we tired. But it's been a good episode, man. I hope y'all like the banter, the back and forth. Please like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what y'all want to hear. Let us know what y'all don't want to hear. You can give us any questions, comments, concerns, emotional outbursts. We will accept all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Before we get out of there, is there anything from my illustrious cast? Y'all got anything for the people?
Fuck 12. Zion Williams, keep fucking these bitches.
You forgot to say free Melly.
Free Melly.
Yeah, don't cry, Warren.
Yeah, don't cry.
Warren, don't you ever be fucking crying about niggas talking about some goddamn.
Nice little
I
recap.
did my best.
Thanks everyone for tuning into the show, man. We'll see y'all again next week.
Yeah, I would definitely say niggas been supporting. People been telling me like they've been watching, so keep watching.
Yeah.
West side motherfuckers keep on, man.
Yeah. Turn up.
Y'all some good people, man.
Yeah, man. So I guess folks don't like it when I cry. That's fine. All right, but yeah, this has been another episode. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And as always, some facts will always be hard to swallow. And we